What you waiting for? It's time. Time for love. It's time. Time for the sun and sand. It's time. Time for fun. It's time. It's time. It's time to let your hair down. Come on. Come on. Come on. Tap your feet. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's time. What you waiting for? It's time. It's time. What you waiting for?
On top of the world. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. It doesn't sound nice when I said top of the evening.
Yeah, but that's Irish. It's St. David's Day.
Top of the morning. It's the Ides of March. Speaking of, it's the 1st of March. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Merv Britto Show. Thank you so much for joining us and a warm welcome on this beautiful sunny Sunday evening. I can't tell you where I am or what time it is because you could be tuning in from anywhere at any time, but thank you for joining us. This is the Merv Britto Show, and we do the show every week because we love where we live, and what we talk about is things that are affecting us, good, bad, or ugly, that we want to make people aware of anywhere around the world. It is totally an interactive show, so no matter where you're tuning in from, north, south, east, west, my lovely people, Go is the best. I'm a rapper and I didn't even know it. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Ladies and gentlemen, you can tune into the show and watch us. You can interact with us. We're going to put our social media feeds on the screen in a few minutes. But first, as we always do, I want to introduce all the lovely people that make this happen. Ladies and gentlemen, today on the 1 and 2s is the DJ himself, the man who looks like he's getting younger and younger by the day, the one and only Mr. Ajoy Britto.
Wow, you're so good for my ego, Merv. Hi, guys. Welcome to the show.
Can I tell you something? You look so much better with your haircut short.
Thank you.
You're one step away from being my kind of haircut.
I know you want support in your department, so here I am.
I don't need the support, lad. I don't need the support. No, but you look good with short hair. Can I put a camera on you? I want to have a camera on you. I want people to see what you look like.
You know, let me be my sexiest self so that you can help me in the ladies department.
Yeah? In the ladies department.
But don't shoot me in the foot right now because, you know, I'm not looking my best at the moment.
You're always looking good, my friend. You come from very good genes. Ladies and gentlemen, sitting next to him, right next to him, also on a microphone, we've got an up-and-coming superstar from the Middle East. His name is Salam Namaste. Now we're going to call him Mr. Kirsten Ribeiro Sa.
Salam and good day, my beautiful people. Welcome back.
Hey, yo.
Could you?
Bombarded, man.
Could you?
No
Could you
bomb.
come? He's not in his normal seat because he's not feeling well. He's the one and only Mr. Wilbert Cardozo.
Hello, everyone. I'm still in the studio. Don't worry.
He is in the studio, but he's not feeling well, so we got the AC on, so he's moved a different position. He's not with a mic today. He's always smelling good. Mr. Neil Rodriguez. Jai Hind. Hani kita muna dare Josh kai mun nice. Jai Hind. Ladies and gentlemen, I always say this last, but definitely not least, the wordsmith, the I was going to say the tea in my sugar, the sugar in my coffee, the love of my life, my darling, the one and only Mrs. the breakfast queen. I forgot that. Mrs. Joanne Britto.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. Hope you can still see me. I'm wearing yellow to match my hair. No, I'm not.
See you.
No, I'm joking. I'm kind of fading. Yellow's not my color, but I'm wearing it for St. David's Day.
Tell you what, love, you better put the goods away. You're going to catch a cold. You tap it back in, mate. You know what I'm saying? Can I say that?
What's wrong with you? I'm saying happy St. David's Day. This is for all my great friends in Wales, especially Stephen and Tracy. I was on the phone to them yesterday.
St. David's Day.
Yeah.
Can you explain very briefly what that is all about? I don't know anything about it.
So St. David is the patron saint of Wales, and it is alleged or reported that he died on the 1st of March, 1589. So he was a preacher founding monastic settlements and churches around Wales, Brittany and southwest England, and potentially installing an abbey or founding an abbey at Glastonbury, which obviously a lot of people into music know the significance of Glastonbury.
I didn't know that. I didn't know them. Thank you for enlightening us. I didn't really. Well, it's always the 1st of March?
1st of March, yeah, whatever day of the week it's.
The Ides of March.
Yes, indeed.
That came from where? I'll give you 100 points. Where's the Ides of March from?
It's from
William?
Shakespeare play.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, man, she's my wife. She's not just a pretty face, mate. She's also pretty darn
And
smart.
I'm pretty impressed that it came from you as well. You knew about the Ides of March, my friend.
Joy, how dare I've just been stroking you all freaking show.
Stroking?
Yeah, stroking his ego.
Oh,
What
yeah.
else?
Hey,
It ain't
hey,
that big,
we
man.
don't have a dirty mind over here, okay? Besides, yeah, go ahead, Merv.
I was just going to introduce. We've got a big show. Listen, I might sound chipper and smiley face and everything like that, but we are in a crisis. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the cusp of a war.
Well, there's a lot going on, so
Sad,
yeah,
dude.
it's a really tricky situation, and it's one of those things that nobody quite knows whether it's the start of something big or the end of something that was quite horrific.
I have to say that I'm really concerned, and my heart goes out to all these the Iranian people.
Absolutely.
And it's not only the Iranian people. The Iranian people get affected the most. These are the innocent byproduct of what is going on between two countries.
Yeah.
Whatever the politics may be, here we at the Merv Britto Show, we send our thoughts and prayers to all of the people, including the servicemen and women that serve in the militaries that have to be on the front lines in harm's way and danger's way. So our thoughts and prayers, our thanks, but our thoughts and prayers go out to all the innocent people that are put in these positions to be able to take these steps. Listen, there's going to be decisions made that are way above our levels.
Yeah.
But it's sad and scary because it's the innocent people that suffer the most with the bombs and all the bad things that happen when any countries go to war.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is really horrendous that obviously you've got a lot of innocent people that are also embroiled in all of this.
By no choice of their own.
Absolutely. They have, no impact on the situation, and they're being encouraged to capitalize on this military activity that's been taking place from the US and Israel. But it's one of those things that there are no boots on the ground. So
It makes it harder.
sort of getting sort of encouraging regime change from a distance like that is very, very difficult, because there's going to be a lot of infighting internally. There's going to be a lot of turmoil within Iran and Tehran. So, I know that, the US are kind of pushing and stretching international laws right now. So, in terms of what they've done and how they've done it, because they were still in negotiations. So, there's some people that are coming out in major support, and there's other people that are kind of just saying, we don't support exactly what's happened. We do hope that some positive change can come about as a result of it, though.
Joanne, it's a scary thing. It's a sad thing. It's a really, really difficult situation. Now, Joey, we take things for granted. We take safety. We take freedom. We take a lot of the benefits that we enjoy on a daily basis for granted. Dude, we're at war, man.
Yeah, this is really scary. And it started yesterday, I believe, right?
Saturday.
Yeah,
Saturday.
early hours of the
And,
DJT, pull the button, pull the plug.
And it's just escalated today. I think reports are that the leader of the Iranian regime, Ayatollah Khamenei, has been eliminated. So this just ramps up things to another level, and we don't want another war, really.
Absolutely.
We don't need another war. There's enough pain and discomfort and unhappiness and poor people being affected, unfortunately, for no reason, this thing of their own.
I know, and I think a lot of airspace across the Middle East is actually being closed up as well.
That's right.
In a war.
Yeah, so they're saying it's like back to COVID levels of, the airspace being closed, and obviously minimizing any flights. So there's a lot of flights that do route through the Middle East also. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that are stranded all around the world that, usually utilize it as a hub.
I want to get on with this. I mean, we've mentioned it's a big topic. It's actually trending, and it's really, really big news right now. Again, this is the Merv Britto Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk about things that are more topical, that affect us here in Goa, but also around the world. This war is massive, and once again, the opinions and the points and our own what are they? What would you, our opinions, but our own views and values and things we talk about are our own views and values and not the show's, the Merv Britto show, views and values. If you want to get in touch with us, we'd love to hear from you. Like I said, this is an interactive show. We're going to put the social media handles on the screen right now. We're on all of the social media handles, wherever you get your social media. Get in touch with us. It's the Merv Britto show. We'd love to hear from you. We will be reading. Kirsten, we're going to read some comments later in the show.
Yes. A lot of comments.
We're going to get on with the show. Like I said, you can get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you. And most importantly, if you want to know more about us individually as a team, we're all on the website, the www.themervbrittoshow.com. You can go and check out previous episodes, information about us individually, who the people that make up this team. We do the show every week. And like I said, it's an interactive show. You can get in touch with us. If you actually don't believe this is a live broadcast stream show without any editing or any tricks behind the scenes, give us a call. The number is 7507-246-246. Once again, 7507-246-246. It's an Indian number. You can WhatsApp us. You can have us read anything. You want to send a shout out. Joanne, wish you all the people from Scotland for saying...
No, from Wales.
From Wales, sorry.
St. David's Day.
For St. David's Day, but you can wish anybody anything. You can make a point. You can have your views and opinion read out on the air. And we'd love to take you on the air and talk to you. Give us a call.
Yep.
We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, it'd be great. I was going to say it's also my nephew's birthday today.
Who's your nephew?
Dalton. It's his birthday.
Oh, Dalton's. It's Dalton's birthday.
So my eldest nephew's birthday today. So happy birthday, Dalton. We hope you have an amazing day and a fabulous year ahead.
Don't drink too much,
Love
Dalton.
tons.
I know you brew your own.
Well, he works in a brewery, doesn't he? He works Cameron's Brewery.
I would love to be there on his birthday. That would be awesome.
Dude, let me tell you, he brews his own stuff too, right? So he brews some really nice flavored beer.
Nice.
And we always, whenever I'm in the UK, I get to taste it. Craig gets a bunch of it. Happy birthday, Dalton. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, if you want to wish somebody, you want to get in touch with us, you want to make your opinion known or heard, get in touch with us. Love to hear from you. We're gonna jump into it, right?
Yeah, but can I wish Luke? You know, Luke who got married.
God, Joanne.
Yeah, Luke who got married in Ireland last year. It was his birthday on Friday. So Luke, hope you had an amazing day. We love you tons.
It was his birthday yesterday.
The 27th. On Friday.
And their album, Luke and Hannah put out Luke
and Hannah, they're in a band called Marzi, which is amazing. And they're going to record their album, I believe, in France in the next few weeks. So we're loving their music. We were listening to some of their tracks in the car yesterday.
We did indeed. We had a beautiful breakfast yesterday at Carnival. What is it called?
Caravella.
Really, really nice. Very impressed. Nice. Speaking of food, I'm starving, but I am going to be a trooper and continue on. Ladies and gentlemen, the first topic on the list today, Mr. Britto, we're going to talk about there's a lot of stuff happening here in Goa, dude. That's why we do the show, because we have no other platform to vent our frustrations and our opinions. This 39A is happening, and it's confusing because I always confuse 39A. What was the name and number? Neil will know. What is the name of the legislation or the rule where you cannot gather in big numbers? That's not 39, is it?
No.
In Azad Maidan, you can't get to, is it 32 or 36?
44.
No. It's 39. 39A is about the conversion of land. Ajwa, can you tell us a little bit more? It's a big topic right now and trending. Borkar got dragged out of a building and all. 39A is about land conversions. Yeah. Can you shed some light on it, my friend?
So basically, as we had highlighted last week, the MLA of Sant Andre, Viresh Borkar, from I believe the RGB Revolutionary Goan Party, was dragged out of the TCP office. Essentially, they were there. He along with his constituents were in the office to protest against the very controversial 39A amendment to the TCP Act, which allows for conversion of land that was historically, untouched and kept untouched because of ecological sustainability, water resources, these lands are wetlands, etc.
Sorry, Ajwa.
Catchment areas.
Sorry, Ajwa. This rule is for the TCP, correct? The Town and Country Planning Department, to have them use the 39A to be able to make decisions that are not in the 2024 whatever the government the map.
The regional plan.
The regional plan, right?
That's right.
So explain more. So now with the TCP, people are up in arms. Why?
So essentially what people, now this is what I'm hearing from the ground, from the report, is essentially the act is not benefiting the people, right? It's like I said, these are the hills are being converted for what? Is it meant for, say, wind power plants? No, it is meant for these bungalows that have been not benefiting Goans per se. It's benefiting the real estate lobbies who sell these bungalows, etc., to people from outside the state. So the question is, why the 39A is being used in that manner? Who is it really benefiting? And I think people have realized that since it's not benefiting Goans, they're coming up in arms, and there was a big protest last week, and I think
outside Vishwajit Rani's house, right? Where they had the police and all involved.
So it started, as you can see from the visuals, started at Azad Maidan. It became a big a gathering of people, of activists, NGOs, political parties as well, and of course Viresh Burkar was there. He had started his his fast unto death, hunger strike. So from there it got heated, not heated, I would say. It got there was a huge crowd, and something that we mentioned the last time, as you can see from the visuals here, on the screen,
that's the output screen.
Yes, there you can see that people were blocked from coming to this event in Azad Maidan. Now, Azad Maidan is supposed to be an area where you could come and protest peacefully.
100 points if you can tell me what the word Azad means, by the way.
You're talking about me?
Anybody. Isn't Azad mean free? Yeah. Freedom, right?
Freedom. It's a freedom ground, right? So here you have the police not allowing people to exercise their right to come to Azad Maidan. And I think this was a catalyst that, pushed people over. They were like, okay, enough of this. So this resulted in people moving from Azad Maidan to the TCP minister's house.
To campaign, to
Vishwajit Rani's house in Danapala. Now, as you can see, people, as they start walking towards Vishwajit's house, the police try to block them. I don't know on what basis they can block people moving, to wherever, right?
But there should be no reason that people are not allowed to protest. This is your state. This is your place. And if something's happening, there's no other way to make your voices heard. People should be. Why are they stopping buses or stopping? Obviously for safety reasons, and they're trying to control and not let things get out of hand. So they wouldn't let them protest at Azad, and they started moving towards.
Yes. And you could see that police were trying to stop them from moving in that direction. So these guys started walking on the beach to get to Donapala. And these are old people, some of them. You can see they were carrying children on their shoulders. It was actually quite a spontaneous, change of events, if you can say so. And, the police even resorted, I stay in Donapala, I've actually seen this. They put their vehicle and they just blocked the road, the big truck, they just blocked the entire 2-lane road from Karansalam leading to the NIO circle, which one wonders, do they have that right to just block roads or that?
The police are doing their jobs. At the end of the day, there should be safety, protecting the public. That's what the cops are there for. There's two different types of police here in Goa.
Okay.
You've got traffic police and you've got the police that wear, what are they? The crime branch or whatever. There's a different branch, right? But at the end of the day, we talked about this with the other protests for the Unity Mall project when they were having jammers and all in place. Why are we treated like children and we can't do what we need to do as long as you're not breaking the law? Protest. They're stopping buses from coming to the protest. You're having jammers so that people can live stream and broadcast what's actually happening at the protest. But people need to be made aware. 39A is being used. This is my opinion, but 39A is not being used for the right reasons. Yes. The people of Goa and your politicians, and especially the TCP, should be protecting the beautiful landscapes of Goa. There's a difference there's a difference in the topology, in the, I don't know what the words are, the fancy words, but paddy fields, hillsides, forests, rivers, protected unsettlement grounds are there for a reason, for proper planning, for proper drainage, for monsoon rains to seep into the ground to provide us all and the water table replenishment, water from the resources. They should be planned in a proper way. Yeah. It's not there for people to convert these huge swathes of land to be sold to the highest bidder for a big amount of money to develop into bungalows and villas and corporate projects. Yeah. It's for proper planning and infrastructure to be used by the TCP, town and country planning. it's supposed to be transparent. Why are they not sharing, or why are they talk about 15 days or 30 days, they put it out in the Gazette and people can come back. Why is there not better planning and transparency by these government organizations? For example, when they want to do any large projects that all Goan people, that especially the ones that are going to get affected in those communities, can voice their opinions about.
100%, yeah. You always need people to be able to input, and it obviously should be up for that public consultation. That's the issue.
It's your land.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's in your backyard. Why should the TCP be able to do these conversions without consulting anybody? They're your public servants, your government servants.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's your constituents that vote you into power. Mm-hmm. And you should be serving the people, just like the police that are trying. I don't know what the police are trying to do, but even dragging Borkar out and stuff like that. He's an MLA, dude. That's not how you treat an elected member of government, right?
Yeah.
So the fact is 39A is being, or people are claiming it's being misused.
Yeah.
And that's why people are up in arms.
But it's been suspended as of now, so...
Who's the TCP minister, Ajoy? Is it Vishwajit?
It's Vishwajit Rani, yeah.
And he claimed, by the way, this is anecdotal. This is something that I heard. Vishwajit said he would mobilize 45,000 people in his support. That's not what this is all about, Vishwajit. Mr. Rane, at the end of the day, if you're there to serve the public and you want to be reelected, why aren't you enforcing the will of the people? If people want to protest and the government can't make or appease the people that are voting you into power, you need to put yourself on the line and say, listen, this is what I'm doing. If anybody's got a problem, come and speak your minds. And let people know what's happening, right? It's not your property. It's the government's. It's the community's property. It's the villagers of Goa's property, right? Just because you're put in a position doesn't give you the right to do what you please.
No, and the question is, why 39A? What is it meant for, right? If it was really benefiting the people, do you think these guys would be coming out on the streets? It is not. It's not. No. It's not benefiting them. They're not seeing a penny of these resources of land, of the hills, of the trees, etc., being cut down, destroyed. For what reason? Why should they give up all of that if they're not going to get a single benefit from it all, right?
It is scary driving around where you see a lot of hillsides actually scarred and you see them cleared. Yes. And you're kind of looking, you think, well, what is that? And you can see that there's some element of construction going on. And it seems some of them seem to have just sprung up from nowhere. And it is a real worry, because like we were watching some program on the rainforest earlier on today, and it's like when it's gone, it's gone.
Yes.
You're not going to grow that vegetation back. You're not going to grow those trees back.
Scary part, guys. We're all on the same side. We're all in the same boat. We're all in the same mindset. Yeah. Every time when we lived outside, we lived overseas, and we come to Goa, and you see different swathes of land, like the hillsides that have been just absolutely decimated, destroyed. Yeah. When you come over the Panjim Bridge, you look to your far left where you see, I think that would be, what is that? Reish Magos?
That's the Reish Magos hill.
The hill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's torn, it's scarred. It's literally like having a scar on a body. Man, it's supposed to be a green, communal, comunidad, whatever you want to call it. Why do you have these massive construction sites?
And in that case, the very well-known activist, I forgot his full name, but Mr. Shelekar, he has alleged, he's shown documents where the hill has been cut. You are not allowed to cut the hill, right? So again, this is all happening under 39A, right?
Sorry, Ajoy. 39A empowers the Town and Country Planning Department to alter land classifications and convert plots into settlement zones. Yeah. Yes? It should be something that's very transparent. And critics argue that the authority could potentially impact agricultural, green zones, eco-sensitive areas without adequate consultation, without local communities or gram sabas, which is, in a democracy like we have here in Goa, the people have to be up in arms. The people are getting pissed off because they're not being consulted. They're not being asked. Yeah. You're having these projects spring up everywhere. And sadly, you've got a lot of people that live all around the world. And I'm looking at you. I'm looking at the people that are actually out there that live overseas, that love this place just like we do. We have a chance to sit and talk about this on a show every Sunday. But you out there that are frustrated, that want to voice your opinions, this is happening in a place that is beautiful. Goa has been known to be a natural gem, a diamond in the rough of India, right? You travel overseas, people come from all over the world to go on vacation. People used to love to come to Goa at one time because it was such a beautiful place. And the way things are turning around now, and listen, there's a lot of scientific reasons why the conversion of this land is scarily shouldn't be allowed.
No, absolutely.
We spoke about the casinos last week, by the way. We need more and more casinos to be in Goa. I'm being sarcastic. We don't need any more. I'm being facetious. We don't need any more. But there's got to be a reason that these public and government servants are doing their jobs, are doing what they're doing. They should be doing it to benefit the locals, to benefit the state, to benefit Goa.
Yes.
Yeah.
And those funds that are generated by all these different administrations, but industries should be put back into the conservation and protection of Goa. You don't have to have people coming out there. There's obviously a reason. Where there's smoke, there's fire. There's obviously a reason people are coming out more and more and getting more and more agitated and more angry and more demonstrations. And your politicians, our politicians, need to sit up and take notice.
And even if it's beneficial to the people, right? If they don't want it, man, they don't want it. Suck it up and don't force it down their throats. Who are you to tell them what they need and what they don't need? Who are you? If you have nothing, you've done no studies. There's no scientific basis by which you're converting a steep hill for the benefit of somebody who's coming out of Goa to build 8 crore, 40 crore bungalows. Tell me, why should you force that down somebody's throat when they don't want it?
Ajoy, we've asked this question on a number of different shows for a number of different topics. A very important question that needs to be asked is, where is that money going? Where'd the money come from to be able to get these approvals? Where's the money gone? You had the nightclub that caught fire and they were given illegal permissions. And, and like I keep talking about, it drives me crazy. I'm not going to be around forever. I'm an old fart. But the fact of the matter remains, we're going to hand this over to the next generation of young people that don't seem to be aware enough. Everybody's on social media and reading these things, but people are, when you look at these morchas and these marches and these demonstrations, it's a lot older people. It's older generation, right?
Yeah.
Where are the young people? You have change all around the world. In Iran, for example, all those demonstrations in China and a lot of the other countries. It's the young people that use social media to generate the buzz and get out there and demonstrate, right?
Correct.
I'm sad because I don't see a lot of the young people here in India and Goa demonstrating or up in arms about this. It's a lot of older people that have been out and demonstrating and causing these morchas and because nothing seems to be changing. We talk about it. Where does the money go? The casinos generate so much revenue for the state.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. You charge them every month. You charge them annually.
Yeah.
They generate, the casinos generate a lot of revenue, but the government in taxes and all the other ways that they generate the revenue from the casinos, we want to know where it goes. The TCP generates crores of rupees for the government to allow people to build these structures, right?
Yeah.
Are you seeing anything, Ajoy? Is anything out there that says, you know what, this is good money that's coming from taxation that's being used to reinvest in this beautiful state
Let me
maintain the beauty?
Let me ask you a few questions, Merv.
Yep.
Would you say that gutka, you know what gutka is?
Gutka.
Yeah. Would you say
Pan.
that,
Gutka.
pan generates a lot of revenue for India?
For India?
Or for Goa, whatever. For India, let's take for India, for example.
I know I'm going to be wrong by saying this, and I'm sure I'm wrong, but I'm sure it does a lot. It's only a small little packet, but the crores of people that buy these small little packets to chew that generates a lot of revenue.
Yes.
So as much as I don't agree with it, I'm sure it does.
Yes, because, and in fact, you're right, because the manufacturers, the owners of these companies are multi-millionaires, if not close to being billionaires, I think, from what I can understand. But the amount of people getting cancer from eating and chewing gutka, how much money has the state lost in terms of providing healthcare? If it applies to these people, it'll be far more than the revenue than you generated, right?
Ajoy,
can I just
you're
ask
opening
you,
up a massive can of worms, dude. What about the cigarette industry, the tobacco industry?
That's a different matter. That's
no,
what
it's
we're
not.
Just about to ask.
You're generating revenue of something that's detrimental.
Well, you generate revenue from that, but from the pan industry, is there organized, structured revenue that's actually collected for the government?
I'm sure it is.
Because obviously, you're buying a packet of cigarettes. There's tax on those cigarettes, and that
gutka you generate. I'm sure you have to generate.
Excise goes to the central government departments. But in terms of the pan and all, what happens with that? How's that regulated? How is the money changing hands?
It has to
taxation?
be.
But
any industry, because at the end of the day, for selling gutka and pan, you're selling one little packet that's probably 5 or 10 rupees to a billion people, mate. You're going to generate a lot of revenue. Cigarettes are a hell of a lot more expensive, but they generate a lot of revenue for the government.
Official sales, though.
Official sales will generate a lot of revenue for the government. Trust me. Believe it or not. Listen, I'm gonna open up a can of worms and we'll talk about something that's very contentious. But we spoke last week about gambling in the casinos and all. We spoke about, Ajoy, you talked about, what do they call the little shops? Matka shops.
Yeah.
Joanne, there are, at every junction, you've got a matka shop. It's in plain view. It's in clear sight. Cops know about it. It's illegal, but it still happens. But these little places where the local guys can go and bet 50 rupees, 100 rupees, 500 rupees, whatever the case may be, to win 5x or 10x or 100x, right?
Yeah.
They generate a lot of, and it's the underworld and it's the corrupt, and I don't know, sorry, I can't say that, but it's somebody's making a whack. And if you're going to be scarring up and destroying eco-sensitive hills and orchards and slopes of Goa, where we love, this is our homeland, yes. Everybody talks about development, but it's got to be sustainable.
It is, but my next thing was actually going to be, my next comment was the infrastructure can't actually handle it. They can't handle what we've already got, never mind even more development and even more people and even more cars and,
sewage and parking and traffic and
water, everything that, and obviously, there's parts of Goa whereby, they won't allow, I think, isn't it Culver, where they won't allow swimming pools in new constructions and stuff like that, which is a good thing, in that sense, because if some people don't even have enough drinking water, then obviously, the resources should be used in the right way for people.
You need smart people, and we've talked about this many times. Willie, you've seen Seolim develop.
Yes.
You live there. That's your village, right?
Yeah.
If you decided, or somebody decided on your behalf without getting your permission or asking you about it, that we want to put a casino or we want to put a huge mall down in Marna, would you guys stay quiet?
Nope.
What are you, like Yusuf today?
No, you asked my first question.
Monosyllabic. Yes, no. The fact of the matter remains, people are up in arms, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
We love this place, and you can't do what you want to do and act like you own the place just because you're the TCP minister or anybody else. I'm not saying, listen, this is not about politics. I'm not pointing fingers at Vishwajit Rani. I'm not pointing at any politician. The point I'm trying to make is you're a public servant. You're a government servant. Stop acting like you own the effing place.
But what I was trying to say, Merv, with that analogy of gutka, is there should be, it comes down to cost versus benefit, right?
I don't understand that.
Cost versus benefit. So in the case of gutka, right, the cost is you are the cancer cases would go way high. The people who should be able to afford healthcare can't afford healthcare, and the fatalities would increase because of the cancer increase, right? And the only benefit you get is from a small revenue that you generate from gutka. Now, with regards to 39A, you are destroying the hills, you are destroying water bodies, you are destroying the water table, and what is the benefit? The benefit is there's zero benefit to the locals. What are they getting? They're not even getting the jobs. Do you want people to become ayahs and maids in these bungalows?
Ajoy, it's a lot more. It's a lot more than that. You're absolutely right. By the way, let's not undersell gutka and stuff. But you're confusing me because you're talking about healthcare.
No,
the results to healthcare, the damage that gutka does, and how the government has to pay for. We're not talking about that.
No, we're not talking about that. No. What we're talking about is the cost versus benefit. And in this case,
cost of what, Baba?
The cost of 39A.
Yeah.
In gutka, I gave you an example of gutka of the cost. Cost being the revenue generated from gutka.
Crores.
It'll be crores.
Correct.
But what is the cost? The cost is the incidence or high incidence of cancer, right? In that case. Now you switch over to 39A. Here you are converting all the hills. You're destroying all the hills. You're increasing foot traffic, this, that, and the other into the state. And what is the benefit for the locals? Can you tell me what the benefit will be?
I'm with you. I agree with you. The point I'm trying to make is that people should not be allowed, and nowhere in the world can people take government property and usurp and do what they please. please. So the point that I'm trying to make about 39A, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about this, is that people own this state. It is a state of Goans, yes? As Goans, people need to have their voices heard and make their opinions known. 39A cannot just go and destroy stuff that you will never get back. The beautiful greenery, forest slopes, all these natural, beautiful resources that we have, these natural facades. Yeah. Goa, that's what Goa. You remember the green paddy fields and the beautiful coconut trees swaying in the sun, and the beautiful beaches and the hillsides and blah, blah, blah. Yes, you've got to develop, but develop sustainably. Yeah. What's happening right now and why people are pissed off, and this is my opinion, people have every reason to be pissed off because they don't have a say in what's being done to develop my backyard. You no to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You think my grandfather or my great-grandfather didn't want to develop those hills? They were not allowed to for a reason, right?
Yeah. So why is time changing that?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right? You've got a lot more daring, bullshit people that are empowered, that empower themselves and think they can do what they want to. And that's why I'm so proud. I'm so glad. I'm sad because it's not a lot more young people, but I'm so glad people are out there. And I don't mean to protest in a bad way. Don't go out there and break and just, no, not at all. But you got to make your voices heard and let the politicians know we're not asleep. We're not doormats. We're not just going to be walked all over. This is our state. This is what we value. There's no benefit to us by doing this. Don't do it.
I was just going to say as well, also the government, there was some FIRs registered against a lot of these protesters. Now the government have said that they're revoking that. They're not.
Why should you register an FIR against protesters?
I mean, it's good that they're saying that they're not going to pursue it, but you shouldn't be in the first place raising those kind of complaints against protesters who are legitimately protesting. Because also what I was just going to say was, even in terms of the overall revenue, if you're selling land, that's a one-off payment, but then there's no overall residual income which would be happening year on year. It's a one-off sale, and that's it. It's one and done, isn't it?
Joanne, sorry, excuse me. You said it earlier about the fact that once you tear down a tree, that's one tree.
It's gone.
You're killing forest. You're killing rainforest. You're killing tropical. Mate, this is what has made Goa so great and beautiful. And all the locals are trying to say, all the people are trying to say is, don't do these things without proper TCP. They need to use these as guidance to figure out how they can protect and take care of this place and develop it sustainably. This is not Delhi. This is not Delhi, mate. You've got so many beautiful. And I no offense to the people are going to get pissed off because I said this is not Delhi, but Delhi is having their problems of their own with the dust and the pollution and stuff like that. They don't have these natural, beautiful. I'm sure there are, but as a Goan, I'm so proud of this place. Every time I flew into Goa, I couldn't wait till they opened up the aircraft door to smell my Goa.
Exactly.
And go and have my first Old Monk and Coke and some Rishad and Sungtachi Court. I mean, all the stuff that makes Goa special. And
your Urak. Looking at the hills, green hills, the beautiful oceans, the white sands. This is what we want, man. We want this. We want this not only for us, for the next generations and the other generations to come as well.
Right.
Kirsten, you asleep or you awake? Eyes open?
Salam.
What's your take, dude? Salam. Come on, dude, talk up. Speak up. This is a talk show. We're going to get into Delhi next. I want to talk about this government machinery that you all spoke about by the opposition. Come on. What is your take? Quickly, give me a take on 39A. Anything you want to say? Right or wrong? You agree or disagree?
No, I feel it shouldn't exist actually.
Why?
Because agricultural land is...
Get closer to the mic, dude. You want to have a show? You want to have a goddamn podcast? Get on. Now's your chance.
Sorry. Agricultural land is agricultural land. We should not be converting. I mean, there are very few farmers. We should be actually motivating. If I get a chance to own land, I will go into farming.
You don't see a lot of people farming and tilling the soil. The old bullock cart and the bulls and all that. Nobody wants to till soil anymore, but you still have to protect that. Those fields are there for a reason.
Yes.
Right?
Why are they not wanting to do farming? Because
too much
they're
work,
not
Ajoy.
No, it's
No,
not
'cause you're losing money.
incentivized
They're
at
losing
all. For example, now
Baba.
listen to me.
All farmers globally are losing money.
Yes, you look at any new building in Goa. Forget the rest of Goa. Come to the capital city, Panjim. That is adjoining a field. Do you know all the effluence of those buildings goes into that field? What do you expect? And it stagnates there throughout the year, mate.
Can you explain what the effluence is for people that don't know? You're talking about sewage, raw.
Yeah.
So the nasty. Well, Ajoy, I disagree. I agree with you. Okay.
No, these are facts. You can't disagree with
Okay.
me.
No. I'm just saying to you. The reason I'm saying that there's not a lot more farming families in Goa anymore because it's a lot of work. Kids don't want to be out there in a field in the sun with pulling behind 2 oxen plowing the fields, mate. You've got technology, you've got tractors and machinery now that you can use, but it's still too much work, and people are not, their first priority is not
But
going
they're
out and
not
farming.
earning the money, Mervyn. It's not about it being too much work. You're not earning the kind of revenue that you need to sustain your family. In terms of suicides, globally, it's a lot of these people that are in farming.
All around the country, Joanne.
Not just in India, it's around the world. There's
I
a lot
understand.
of people that
I
they
understand.
can't sustain their lifestyle. They can't pay their bills.
The reason I was asking Kirsten, because he's from the next generation, he's a youngster, and you've got to have an opinion. You can't sit back and let it happen. And the reason I was asking him, because as a youngster, you've seen all the destruction. Doesn't it scare you?
I'm waiting for
Why
the
do you keep
opportunity.
coughing? Every time I ask you a question, you got to cough. What's wrong with you, dude? Speak.
Slight
I'm listening.
Putting him on the spot.
No, I'm talking with regards, like, you come to Bastora, there are a lot of fields just left barren. Nobody is
Telling them.
you don't even, the problem is we don't know who the owners are. So we're trying to figure out who the owner is, either dead or gone.
But you're not going to convert that land just because you don't know who the owner is, right? You're still going to protect the property, right?
Yes.
So the point I'm trying to make to you, doesn't it scare you? Doesn't it bother you? Young generation people that are out there on social media, on your phones, you guys are glued to your phones. Doesn't it bother you that these things are happening? And in 5 or 10, when you get married and you've got kids,
Yeah.
you're going to have to think about the future of this beautiful place. Do you want to stay here? Do you want to live here? Or you want to let this turn into another?
No,
Delhi.
We're
I
going to
keep using
start
Delhi.
it. Yeah, we're going to start. We have to start now.
There you go. That's what I'm trying to get at. Ajoy's an old fart.
Question
He
is
looks.
where you-
Huh?
Sorry, question is where you're going to start. Like from my perspective, if you go to buy a tractor and all, like there are government subsidies and all, but how you're going to like do you have
No,
the
like
knowledge?
my idea was the whole village actually should motivate these few families
Baba,
who are
no,
still farming.
I'll tell you.
At least you all should contribute.
This is why you should vote for me and as the next chief minister of Goa. I'll tell you why. Because
You don't even
what-
want to be on. Man,
what-
you'll never make it. You don't even want to be on the camera, man. You're so shy, and you can't. You act like such a diva sometimes. Ajoy, I'd love to vote for you because I know how smart you are and what you could do, but you'd never make it because I don't want the camera.
Listen, I'm
That's
waiting
my
for
hair.
that day where I break out as the greatest politician. No, I'm just kidding.
I love.
But let's hear his point. Let's hear
I
his
love the
point.
fact that Willie and Kirsten are debating, which is exactly my point.
Yes.
The Merv Britto Show brings people together. We make people aware of things that are happening, but we want to get these young bucks. These are the Jawans of the future, right? They're going to be having families of their own in this place. What are you going to do when there's no farms, there's no farming? You're importing your rice from Karnataka. What are you going to do then?
What you gonna do if there's no budgie for you?
Oh my God.
That's right.
Tell us your
Bad
point,
boy.
Ajoy. I want to hear it. I want to hear
you say?
My
what's
point
your
is this:
manifesto.
If I was the chief minister, I would firstly subsidize the buying of machinery, maybe make it into a cooperative to allow farmers to jointly purchase these things as cheaply as possible. The mechanized, machines that you require to till and whatever you.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, why are we only thinking about rice? Maybe it's beneficial, or maybe it's you get more profits to rice. I don't know. But if, for example, it isn't the case, then why not? What about vertical farming?
Yeah, there's always that.
But you're thinking with a brain. You're thinking with a brain. You're absolutely right. In the future, mate, there's going to be problems. Water shortages, food shortage, this, that, and the other. But you've got to have smart people. You can't buy a smartphone and become smart.
But you've also got those living green walls and all of that.
Yeah.
thing
That's what he's
you should
talking
be
about,
doing.
Joanne.
Yeah,
Listen, you fail to understand that just because you put somebody in a position of power doesn't make them knowledgeable and know all the answers, right? I just used the example of buying, they talk about smartphones. You can give a dumbass a smartphone. It doesn't make them smart. You've got to have forward-thinking politicians, people that are thinking about the future. I spoke about Joshua. I spoke about Shashank. We've spoken to these people. By the way, it's Women's Day coming up, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
We need to start thinking about a smart woman. I'd love to have somebody who can speak on this show other than you, my beautiful wife. Have somebody on the show. But the point I'm trying to make is you've got to think of these next tier technologies. People are trying to figure out how they can farm in smaller areas. But you've still got farms and farmlands and huge amounts. When you fly over Goa, when you're coming into Daboli or Mopa, you still got a shitload of fields that are sitting there fallow.
Yeah.
That are not, because it's too much work. And the farmers aren't getting the subsidies and the help they need to be able to do that. And there's not enough money. Everybody wants to get rich quick. The rich get quick schemes to sell property.
Yeah, but you also have to let those fields breathe, and you don't kind of keep planting year after year after year. You have to kind of give them a bit of time off to regenerate and
Sweetie,
also get the nutrients and everything back in the soil.
There are technologies and advancement in farming technologies that develop. What is it? Agriculture department?
Yes.
Yeah.
When's the last time you heard any drive by the agriculture department to help your farmers?
Absolutely.
Free seeds, free subsidies.
Exactly.
Mate, we've got a property in Valpo, and to get a cutter, a grass cutter, a bush cutter, you've got to jump through hoops just to get, 10, 15, 20, 70%. So it's so hard. They don't make it easy.
Yes.
And the next generation doesn't want that hassle. I'll get into real estate and buy and sell properties. I'll do something else. I want to be a social media. I want to be an influencer. I don't want to till the farm that I can inherit the property from my family. It's been owned in my family for generations, and we've grown rice and wheat and paddy and whatever the products are. Right? That's not cool. It's not the direction I'm going to go. But at the same time, you got to think about where the state is going, and your generation is going to face the music. And it's scary.
One last idea.
Last.
One last idea on this.
Last to last.
If, say, for example, we are producing a lot of bhaji and cucumbers, I would reduce taxes on those items and increase taxes on any imports to our state, which of those items, wherein I'm incentivizing our farmers to earn.
Yeah,
come on.
You should be buying local.
Dude,
Everybody
I'm not even
should be buying local.
I'm not even a graduate in economics and all of this jazz, man, but I'm still coming up with these great ideas.
You're not just a pretty face, if that, mate. Can I say something really sad and blow your theory out the water? By the way, I love these people that sell the fresh veggies on the side of the street. You see these mom and pops, these little old ladies and men selling tamade bhaji and mooli and all the coconuts and all the stuff on the side. I love that. Can I say something that's really depressing? I'm talking about the next generation specifically. We're talking about how nobody wants to do the farming because there's no money into it. What do you think the next generation is going to buy their produce from? They're not supporting the mom and pop shop. What do you think they get their groceries from?
They're all buying it online.
There you go. Kill the mom and pop. Kill the local farmer. There's no place for them to sell their produce. I don't want to go to Mopsa. It stinks. It's dusty. I don't have a place to park my shiny new e-bike. I'll order it from Swiggy. I'll buy it online. It gets delivered to my home. What you don't realize is so much more to the local farmers and for them to be able to sell their produce than just supporting them. You've got to support them and go and buy produce from them, right? You've got to encourage them. There's got to be money for them to make in order for them to want to get, and we've lost that. It's sad, dead and gone. Okay, we're going to move on. Hey, Yusuf just walked in the door. Yusuf, let me ask you a question. What do you think about this topic?
And you have, do not Narendra Modi. What is this? Answer. I know. Japan, Rus, and Russia.
No, we're not talking about Narendra. We're not talking about Russia. Yusuf, we're talking about farming. What do you have to say about farming in Goa?
Rainfall is not. Because of, do you understand, my son?
You ain't my daddy, motherfucker. What you talking about? No, really, Yusuf, I'm going to ask you one last time. We need to move on, mate. Really. Get on the mic, get close to the mic, and tell me what you think about what's going on with 39A specifically.
What is this? What are you saying?
Okay, you know what? Yusuf, never mind. You're not going to answer my question. Screw you. I don't want to get into it. Forget it. Let's move on. What's next?
All right. So, I don't know if you heard about what's happening in Delhi pertaining to the previous Delhi government.
Song.
the Aam Aadmi Party government, wherein, these cases were filed, so-called liquor scam cases.
Oh, liquor.
Was filed or they were accused of corruption. And essentially unprecedented in our history, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the chief minister, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, the
Aam Aadmi
of Aam Aadmi Party. At that time, they were the active chief ministers of Delhi government. The deputy chief minister, Mr. Manish Sisodia.
Yeah.
These people were thrown into jail. One of them, I think, Kejriwal stayed in jail for about a year, Sisodia for 2 years, and there were about 23 different other officials from the government, which was the Aam Aadmi Party. They were charge sheeted in this case. Okay.
So this was 2023, wasn't it?
That's right, I believe so.
Yeah.
And I think they say that it eventually led to the downfall of the government. Downfall in the sense when the elections came up, a narrative was created in terms of, them being corrupt, XYZ, and that led them to lose the elections. That's the claim. Now, it is very recently the trial court that was supposed to start procedures on this case, this liquor scams case, they refused to pursue the case against the then Chief Minister Kejriwal and Sisodia and others, saying that there was no evidence, none whatsoever, to even start a case. So the question that we want to ask ourselves today, and we want our viewers to give their opinions about, is the state machinery being used to silence the opposition, silent, protesters? In the case of Goa, you have 39 AA people there's some cases been filed, even though I don't think anybody resorted to violence, right? So is the state machinery being used, the police, the CBI, ED, etc., is it being unfairly used to silence opposition?
There's a reason your political system is the way it is. It's been set up to protect the fundamental values of a country. For example, these rules and regulations were put in place as long as they're being followed and enforced. You've got multiple political parties. Can I ask you this question? You and Neil and all were big Aam Aadmi people, right? Aam Aadmi had a great campaign. Were you not? No? Why are you shaking your head? No, there's nothing wrong with it, mate. I didn't say anything wrong.
Initially,
I'm a huge fan of Kejriwal, by the way. I'm not, listen, I couldn't care less the party. And we said this to Shashank when he was on the show. It's not about Congress or BJP or Aam. A simple question to you. If Aam was such a great force and they had such a great idea, why did they get blown out for the last election? Blown away, and not even like the percentages were crazy, Neil. And if you guys had such a great mandate and had such a great list of things that people agreed with you, why didn't you get more of a backing and people vote more for Aam?
Because it's more about narratives, Indian narratives. One, number two, people think for themselves, right? You it's not about, like, you and I would think about Goa. We would think about the ill effects of 39A. Destroying hills, blah, blah, blah. But there are some people who say, okay, you know what? I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I'm more interested in my TV serial for today. Just giving an example.
Yeah.
So it's about that. If people really wanted to, they really cared. It's not about me supporting Aam Aadmi Party. It's actually more about trying to change the politics of that we've witnessed. I think your father, grandfather, they've all witnessed the same stupid politics that we see today, where there's no progressive movement, where people
partisan politics,
where we're working towards the betterment of the country, the betterment of the state. So I would support anybody. It can be AAP, it can be anybody else. If there's a better option than AAP, I'll support that guy.
Easier said than done, dude. Well, that's what the whole show's about. You and I talked about doing this show many years ago because we wanted to listen. You want to get a message out there at the end of the day. If you're going to do what you're going to do with the right intentions, right? In my father and my grandfather's day, by the way, politicians were there to serve the public.
Yeah. And
sadly, nowadays, all I see is politicians in power just to make money.
Give me an example, Merv. Who is that person?
I keep going back to Manohar. There's a lot of people that are not big fans of Manohar Parrikar. I was a fan of him. He wasn't a saint, but he got shit done. But politicians in the past, like smart. Oh yeah, go on. Say what you're going to go and cough before you say it, Kirsten. Go on.
Apparently, we got a live comment from Vincent Fernandez Goan saying, farmers of Goa need to look at China for farming, the different ways of farming.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vincent.
I'm sure, because not only in China, I think also in a lot of those smaller European countries that don't have as much land, they're doing an awful lot more with that vertical farming and those other types of farming that can actually optimize, the overall crops and allow many more people to actually get access to fresh produce.
Right, Joanne. That's what kind of farming practice in particular do you think would India be able to learn from China?
Let me ask you. Sorry, Ajay, I'm going to interrupt you, but that's why we're considered the breadbasket, or Southeast Asia, would you say, is the breadbasket of the world, right? It's not just India, it's not just China, but Vietnam. These are massive rice-producing countries around the world. How is it working for them? Listen, I'm asking you one question, and I'm getting animated. I'm getting agitated.
It's not all about rice, though.
Sweetie, it's about technology. Use technology for the benefit. Don't reinvent the wheel. It's been done around the world. We spoke about why this is not. So the point is, if you don't have a political, we're talking about the politics and why things are continuing to happen, right? If you don't, why was Kejriwal, by the way, why was he indicted? Why were there so many of these people from AAP indicted?
You know what? That's not the question you should be asking about.
No. Yeah. Because your infrastructure is wrong. The legal system's a joke. Your political system's a joke, right? I'm telling you. I'm getting to the point. I'm not trying to beat around the bush. I'm just saying to you, if you had a legal system that actually worked, don't reinvent the wheel. Have a legal system like they do all around the world. Cases get solved in an appropriate amount of time. Legislators get elected into office to do their jobs and not fill their pockets. Panchayat members, punch members, sarpanches. So all of these people are, and you have proper repercussions and transparency. I use acronyms. You want me to get on the Teriac again?
Please don't.
You don't want me to, right? The point I'm trying to make is if your basic fundamental system structure of governance is flawed, these parties and these political people, they spend crores of money to get elected, like I said, and then they make thousands of 10x of that once they're in power. The point I'm trying to make is if you don't have proper rules and regulations to stop this from happening, it's going to keep happening. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So the point we're talking about, it's not a political show. We're not any BJP or a Congress side or any specific politician. What we're talking about is we're trying to protect Goa. We're trying to protect India. You're talking about these guys that are big names. These are not small names. If a Kejriwal was on trial or in this thing for 2.5, 3 odd years, and then they've been magically, mysteriously, the case has been dropped?
Yeah.
Not dropped.
Apparently the CBI has also been criticised for ever bringing the case.
But then somebody's not doing their job.
It's not been dropped. It was found not fit for trial. There was no evidence. It was basically the court observed that it was, in a sense, a political witch hunt. And even in it's never been the case in the past. For the first time now, the judge advocated for prosecution of the guy from CBI who started this case.
But that's what I'm saying, Ajay. Sorry, I'm beating the same drum, right? I'm just saying basically, why are these things continuing to happen? Why are they not fixed? You've got politicians in the legislature. You've got Congress. You've got assemblies. You've got all these places where the people that make the rules, the big boys, the big shots, on a federal level, not in a Goa local state panchayat level, can change these rules, right? They can fix these rules. Okay. If you file a false complaint, or you make a false police complaint, and it's found out to be a false complaint, you can get locked up, right?
Yes.
So you've got rules and regulations already in place, but they're not being enforced.
So the thing is, there was. Have you heard of the PMLA Act?
The what?
PMLA Act.
No, tell me. I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So this was a recent act. I think it was, it was introduced by the BJP government. I don't know whether in this term or the previous terms, whatever. It was introduced, and I think that is the main reason why people languish in jail today. People like Arvind Kejriwal, whoever else, wherein they charge sheet or accuse you under this act. And the act is such that once you're charge sheeted under this act, they have the right to arrest you, and you will await until the trial starts. you will be languishing in jail. Now, I'm not no legal here, but anybody out there who's listening to me can correct me. But essentially, that is the reason why these people were put in jail under this act. Now, my question to you is, what supersedes any act? It is the Indian Constitution. What does the Indian Constitution say? One of the preambles is right to freedom. So, in the sense, I don't understand why. If this was the US, what it was, you have the Constitution there, right, Merv?
Of course.
So the Constitution, if there's anything that is against the Constitution, the basic tenets of the Constitution, it oversees any other act that may come, that may be used for political, as a political weapon. So in this case, why is the Supreme Court, I ask very, very, with all respect, why have they not gone back to the Constitution to protect our fundamental rights of anybody accused?
Can I give you the answer in one letter?
Go for it.
It begins with E.
Enforcement?
There you go.
Okay.
Baba Madzo. Anek kajwar. Ura kard marya ka. Oi, Saiba.
Next time.
You can tell when Kirsten's going to speak. He just starts. Yeah, he does it. Ajoy, is there?
Yeah.
Baba, people are going to get the wrong idea about the show, man. We're not that kind of show. Ajoy, there's no enforcement, my friend. You've got all the rules. Okay, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to piss you off, and I'm going to tell you my word is theriac. It's a potion used against poison. Transparency, happiness, enforcement, responsibility, implementation, accountability, and common sense. Why is a politician allowed to be elected, an elected public official, if he's got a criminal history?
Good point.
Right? So if you're not going to, you can have all these cases in the world. Why is India one of the places where it's a nightmare to take anybody to court? Because it lasts for 10, 15. You've got a really poor legal system, right? You know these things are happening. They continue to happen. Why is nothing being done? You've got technology. This is the 21st century, ladies. Calm down. USA. This is the 21st century, guys. We're not talking about the 1970s and 80s and 90s. I'm going to move on from this. I'm fed up. You need the enforcement. In Goa, before you change rules, you need transparency. People need to vote. People need to be made aware of something, yes? You've got an old, outdated system where I'll put this paper, I'll put this article, I'll put this topic in a newspaper and people can read it for the next 30 days. If nobody comes back to me, means it's legal. I'm going to sell a property, but I'll put it in the paper. If nobody comes back to me in 15 or 20 days, means everything's fine. We'll put it in the Gazette. Does that make sense to you? You know how old that technology is? So you've got a beautiful country. You've got some very smart, great, knowledgeable, educated people from some of the best universities and education facilities here in the world. You can put them up against anywhere else. Why do they move overseas when they get to a certain point? Why don't they stay in motherland, India?
Exactly, yeah.
So we're beating the same drum, mate. We're all on the same page. The fact of the matter remains, we're just doing the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Merv Britto Show. And the reason we're talking about this, and so I am very passionate about the fact that I live here. I love this place. And it bothers me because simple things that you would think like simple steps moving forward, advancement, they're not being done. And you've got so many tools and you've got so many great, smart people that could use these tools at their fingertips and make the system better, make it benefit more. Listen, don't keep them down. Don't keep them dumb. You want to advance the rising tide raises all ships, all boats. That's all I'm saying. I'm getting really worked up and I want to calm down. Ladies and gentlemen, you tuned into the Merv Britto Show. We do the show every week and we'd love you to get involved. I know there's comments. Willie was showing me comments about, Willie, let's do it magically. Let's see if you can levitate behind me. Let's see if we can get a floating image. Let's see how great you are. Can you get a floating image of Willie walking behind me? Right now. 1, 2, 3.
Woohoo!
Dude,
Magic.
I'm getting nosebleeds because
CGI, baby.
I'm getting nosebleeds because the poor guy was standing in the flipping corner trying to get across me. The fact of the matter, I'm in the lovely. Where am I? Up in the hill with a coconut tree, and you can see the ocean in the background. Where did we go to in Goa? Where we went to the hotel?
Tiracol.
Fort Tiracol, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in another one of the most beautiful scenic places in the world in our lovely backyard in Tiracol.
Love it.
And I'm on the hill, I'm on the cliff, and you can see my background.
You see the dolphins.
You can see the dolphins in the morning. This is the Merv Britto Show, and as I said, there's people commenting. We're going to get to comments later on, right? But I love the fact that you guys are getting involved and sending us comments. There's multiple comments, Willie? There's a couple of comments when we were talking about the last topic, and we're going to move forward. We can't. It's an interactive show, and I'd love for you to get involved. I want to call somebody. I want to get a phone call. I want to get somebody as impacted, as animated, as agitated as I am. What are we going to do for Women's Day, Joanne?
Well, I actually had my thoughts because we've got
all of you
some contacts in Setu, haven't we?
Oh.
And I was thinking we've got some fantastic women that work there and all of the great works that they do. Which
like who?
I'm sure. Well,
Nandu.
Nandu. Yeah, and also Angelina.
Oh yeah. It's a family show, man. It's a family show,
mate.
Aisha, we've interviewed Aisha. Aisha the Great. Aisha's one of my. I'm a huge fan. She's an RJ that's done great things. There are definitely things that we want to. I'm a big fan of Women's Day, and when I hear atrocities against women, it really drives me mad. Next week on the 8th of March is Women's Day, and we need to start thinking about that. We need to have a guest. We need to have somebody on the show for Women's Day that's going to be able to speak and talk about things just like we're talking about here. Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned into the Merv Britto Show. We're doing the show live right now. There's no editing. There's no funny stuff. Like you can see, we have a good laugh. You're going to get educated and knowledgeable information broadcast to you, and you can absolutely get involved on our social media handles right now. We love to hear from you. We love your comments. We appreciate you liking and sharing. If you like what we do, like and share our content wherever you get your social media. It really does help us to do what we do, what we're so passionate about. And we might get loud and animated, but it's only the passion that basically we're talking about things that are happening here in Goa.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say also on Women's Day, the theme of it for this year is Give to Gain, which is about promoting generosity and collaboration. So it's highlighting how reciprocal support creates more opportunities for women. So, obviously that's why Setu came to mind for me, because obviously the great...
You're not saying it right. Can you say Setu properly?
You say it.
Ajo, you say it. Your sister... Yeah, go on.
Setu.
SETHU, which is the acronym. Can you tell me what the acronym is? You're going to look it up, aren't you? Look it up, because you know what? That's another brilliant cause. You've got so many good things and positive things to be talking about here in Goa. We love this place, and it's not all about stirring up the pot and agitating. No, it's about the fact that we want to make people aware of things.
Yep.
And we've got so many beautiful, good things that we'd love to promote. And sadly, it's the negative, the bad, the not so good things that we talk about on a regular basis. Can we speak about something fun? By the way, can you tell me what Setu means, Baba?
It doesn't say on the website. I'm so sorry. I think I need
Man,
to do
don't make me call Anjali. I'll call your sister right now, and she will tell you.
For it.
You should know what Setu stands for. They work with autistic kids. Is all I know about it. They do
not
very good.
kids with autism.
Setu means bridge, though.
Yes,
in
that's right.
Sanskrit, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Setu is an organization where your sister works, and she's a huge part of it. And we know a lot of people. I know Dr. Nandita.
Yeah.
I can't get her name. Nandu. I call her Nandu. Doctor. What's her name?
Nandita.
Nandita what? Come on, mate. She's famous. Nandu's a rock star, by the way, and she's very understated. Her and her husband Lewis, they're very understated, but she'd be a great guest. Nandu, if you're listening, or if anybody, go and poke her, pinch her somewhere in a bum, and explain to her. We'd love to have somebody like you who is so knowledgeable, so smart, so sweet, so fun-loving, but talk about Women's Day and what it means. Yeah.
Nandita D'Souza.
Is she D'Souza?
She is.
She's a rock star. I've known Nandu, or she's known of us we've known each other for a long time. That's a good guest.
Yeah.
Good call. Can we, talking about women, there was a really bad accident that happened here in, we're talking about the road accidents and these bikes falling into potholes and these holes that are being dug for. Walter puts these things out all the time. Mr. Walter Lobo, who is another local rock star. He's an activist here in Kalangut, and he sends me stuff all the time of the craziness that's happening. There's a lot of people falling bikes. Well, we started off 2 weeks ago where they were talking about that big piece of concrete that fell over off the bridge. And it scares me because we've got a bridge being built and there's still allowed traffic to apply underneath the bridge. But there was a pothole where a gentleman, a young 25-year-old, fell into and died in Delhi. Was it in Delhi?
That was in Delhi, correct?
And there was another one who fell into a hole and got injured here in Goa, in Panjim?
In Panjim.
And there was another one that you were talking about. Talk to me. What's going on?
So recently there was a
Construction accident.
A horrible accident in Asagaon, where a rented Thar rammed into another vehicle that was rented by tourists from Bhopal or somewhere up north.
Yeah, Bhopal.
And
The tourists, man.
it resulted in the death of one of these people. And the question is, why aren't we doing enough to like, again, it's like beating a dead horse, but why aren't we doing enough to prevent these accidents? Come on, guys, we have to.
Baba, can I ask you a silly question? I'm going to ask you a stupid question. That's why it's called an accident. You can't prevent these. Now, if you get to the crux of the matter and why, were they speeding? Was people drink driving? How did the guy die? Whatever the cause. That an accident's an accident. You're not going to stop them from happening. They're going to keep happening. What you wanted to do is you hope the authorities make stricter laws to prevent any death, whether it's a guy riding a bike into a pothole and dying or things falling from a bridge. It scares me, Joanne. Every time I drive to Panjim, I got to drive under this new bypass.
Under the construction,
and there's work going on. The bridge is not done.
No, of course.
And they allow the traffic to operate and ply underneath the bridge, and things could happen. But this was an accident where you had a couple of girls and a guy, and they have footage. If I'm not mistaken, I saw a couple of fleeting posts on social media. The guy was driving and he was speeding, and if you got pictures of it.
No, that's
they were
it
saying
right there.
driving rashly, supposedly.
There it is. Yeah? And he hit an old guy in a white car.
Yeah.
And the guy didn't die on the spot, but he died later of a heart attack or something like that.
Yes.
But it is what it is. It's an accident. You lost a life, an unnecessary, but it is an accident. And the poor man shouldn't have died, obviously, but it was an accident. That's what an accident is.
So apparently, the reason why we are bringing up this topic today is the roads were recently laid, I guess because election times and everything. But it was at a crucial crossroad.
Happy Bar Junction.
Yes, it's a very well-known junction, and because there was no speed bump there, for example, people didn't slow down, and in this case, it resulted in a fatal accident. Now, the question is, why aren't we applying scientific knowledge to curtail accidents? I'm not saying you can prevent it altogether. No, you might laugh more.
I'm not laughing about that. I'm just saying you're asking a question about why don't we have speed bumps there?
Exactly, and
it would be straightforward, right?
Yes.
When they paved the road, they put a speed bump to slow somebody coming to especially a tourist, somebody who's not familiar with Happy Bar Junction. It's 4 little narrow roads that come and you have to cross each other. But you would figure they would put speed bumps in place.
But there's been a lot of disruption on these roads for a very, very long time.
What do you mean?
On these roads.
They've been a mess.
Yeah. And
why? They've got paved just before the election, right?
Rerouted and all of that.
My darling, there is a government agency that is in charge, that was tasked with making sure street safety, right? They're making sure there's got to be some science behind it. There's got to be somebody knowledgeable that knows on this stretch of road, we're going to pave the stretch of road, we need to install a speed bump to slow some unsuspecting tourist who doesn't know that you're coming to a junction to slow you down. And another pet peeve of mine, paint the speed bump with stripes to warn people there's a speed bump ahead. Put a sign, put a pole, put a post.
But a lot of these speed bumps are causing more accidents on their own because of the fact that they're not painted properly.
Exactly.
Because people can't see them and then they just come up against them quite quickly.
Theriac.
My God.
Sweetie, come on, man. Agree with me. Theriac. Enforcement.
But the point is, obviously, a lot of these speed bumps, that you haven't got them painted properly. They're not reflective in terms of the paint and all that is actually being used. So you can't actually always see them when they're coming up. And the point is, a lot of this engineering, I think you'd read an op-ed, Ajoy, had you, regarding this topic, which makes a huge amount of sense, that you've actually got to have the right kind of construction and engineering in place to actually construct the roads properly for them to be sustainable and obviously for them to be safe.
Sorry, Ajay, go on.
Yeah, Merv, 2 things. Every Sunday when I travel from Panjim to your studio, the great studio for the Merv Britto show, I had to take the ramp onto the...
Listen, I want to make fun of you if you keep messing with me.
Come on, I love this show, man. I'm very proud of it. So it is a great studio and a great host. Okay. No, I'm just kidding, Merv. Just relax. So focus on the topic, all right? Hey. So anyways, I take the ramp to get onto Atal Setu, the Mandavi Bridge, as I call it. And every time I see these tourists on rental bikes, suddenly realizing they're already on the ramp, okay? They're already on the ramp, and they realize halfway up the ramp that they are not supposed to be on that bridge.
Correct.
I asked the question, do you blame the tourists, or is it because there's no proper signages?
See, your
Who's that guy?
haircut looks amazing
Hello.
from the back. I'm just seeing the back of your head.
You want to mess with me, mate? Turn around, say hello to the camera. Let me see your beautiful. Let me see the haircut. Ajoy, stop being a flippin' diva. Turn around.
You're speaking to the. Don't.
God damn, what's on the back here? Turn around, Ajoy. Say hello. Let's see how handsome he looks with his beautiful. God damn. Look at your office. Your office is a mess. There's too many pieces of tech. Ajoy, turn around. See, you're such an absolute. There you go. He's a good-looking guy. Let me see what Salam Namaste looks like. Kirsten.
And your back.
Salam and good day.
Good day. There's my friend Neil. There's a lot of this. Sorry, folks. I'm doing that. I'm not supposed to be doing that. But I'm doing that because he's like a diva. He wants to be in politics. He wants us to vote for him, but he won't get on
He's
camera.
shy. He doesn't want to take the spotlight.
Sorry, I interrupted you, my friend. You said 2 points you want to make quickly.
Number two, Joanne. This is for Joanne actually. I remember seeing a show about British traffic investigations into accidents there.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys, I remember so clearly, they have a special team that if there's an accident, say you claim that your brakes fail, they will come to the accident site. They will study, they will try and determine from the scene how fast you're going.
Like a forensics team.
Yeah.
Like a forensic, they'll study your the what do you call the tread marks. They'll actually check your tire or what do you call pressure, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And they will confirm or call you a liar if you were lying when it comes to you saying you lost control of the car because your brakes failed.
Yeah, because they'll measure it. They'll measure it out. They'll also take into consideration the weather conditions, whether it was wet, whether it was dry, all of that kind of stuff. Stopping distance, all of those.
Yeah,
sweetie pie. It's nothing spectacular. It's nothing new. It's technology.
Nobody said
when's
it
the last time?
It's basic.
My darling, this is the basic stuff that we don't have. Why don't we have that here? When is the last time you went to an accident? And what did you see the cops come and do? They take chalk and they mark the tire mark.
Yeah.
They take a tape and. When is the last time you had a robbery where they came and took fingerprints? When is the last time? No, so this is what I'm saying, right? You've got the people in power. Train them. Make sure they know what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to do, blah, blah, blah. The fact of the matter remains that it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs in the 21st century in a country as advanced, as brilliant as India, in a place called Goa. You don't have people doing what they're supposed to do. Right? We've got comments. Willie, you want to read them? I'm more than happy. Read them while they're happening because people are sending in comments and we get too late.
This is regarding the accident only. So
yeah, what is it? What is the comment? Go on, read it.
Vincent Fernandez Goan, he has commented again saying that the person who was driving the Thar was actually a female who later
No, it wasn't.
This is with the guy.
No, it wasn't. Vincent, I'm sorry, my friend, and thank you for the comment. I love the fact that people are going to comment and interact with us. By the way, they've got footage on camera. Put the gosh darn, what do you say? Yes, Munta to me.
Yeah, here.
It was
They've got footage. Look at this. Make it big screen and show me who's behind the wheel. Who's behind the wheel? Does that look like a chick? Why are y'all doing this to me, mate? Make it full screen. It was clearly the guy in the vehicle. There were 3 or 4 chicks. By the way, kudos to the dude.
Mervin, don't go there.
He was distracted, my friend.
Look. Vincent, please look at your screen right now, Vincent. Stop. Stop. You see a girl driving behind the wheel? You don't, do you?
There's also a static in the article. One of the articles, you can see a static print of the guy.
Yeah, Joanne, it's clearly the guy that was driving, but you can see from the video footage, he was driving at a high rate of speed. He was speeding, right? And an accident is an accident, will happen. But you've cost somebody a life, a loved one.
Sad.
Somebody's had to die. And it is an accident, but somebody's had to die. The point I'm trying to make is, why isn't there no speed bump? You've just paved this road. This road is literally brand new dumber. They look at the condition of these cars, dude.
This is the two vehicles that were involved in the accident.
The point I was trying to make is you've got officials that have to come and investigate these crash sites. They don't come and do the forensics and measure skid marks, the rate of speed, angle, blah 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 blah. You'll have somebody come and splash water in your face to revive you, and it's sad. In this day and age, these things are still happening.
Vincent is saying that he said that that's what he heard.
Yeah, I know. I think it was widely reported. Yeah. He's right. It was widely reported initially.
What's his name? Vincent what?
There were many girls
Vincent
in the
Fernandez.
car. But if you look at that Times of India report, you'll see there's a still, and it's clearly showing that the guy was behind the wheel at that point.
And to add to what Joanna is saying, this gentleman here is speaking in the visual. He had claimed that there was a swap of drivers. So it can happen. Witnesses
People do that all the time.
Yeah.
People do that all the time. At the end of the day, if somebody's been drinking or something, you should have enough brains, first of all, not to be behind the wheel. Second of all, you're in a place where you're trying to show off to a bunch of girls and you're driving fast. You don't know the roads. You don't know what's up ahead. You've got cows, pigs, dogs run across the street. I've had loads of accidents. But the fact of the matter remains, you learn from these things and you make the place better and safer, and it doesn't have to cost somebody their lives.
But also it was also saying that there was alcohol consumption had actually been ruled out in this case.
Thank God.
Crash. Yeah.
Thank God. There's another reason to stop people from drinking in Goa. Don't make me stop drinking. I will not. We're not making light of the situation. A poor gentleman, and he's not poor, he's an older gentleman. Sadly, a person lost their life. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family. I don't know his name. Vincent, if you know his name, you seem to know a lot, and I appreciate the fact that
Mr. Sharma.
Was his name Mr. Sharma?
Yeah.
Who died?
Yes. Yeah. He was in an I-20. He was with his family. He was with his 59-year-old wife, Leela, also. She sustained a fractured leg. And there was also a 3-month-old infant in the car as well.
Damn,
scary.
That actually suffered some minor injuries.
Our prayers go out to the family for their loss, really.
It's an accident. It is what it is. But this gentleman has lost his life, and their family has lost a loved member. It doesn't. You can try. Accidents are accidents, and they will continue to happen. But you're trying to do.
You can reduce
simple,
them,
straight. Yeah, you can, Joe. I'm agreeing with you, Baba. I'm saying the guys that have just paved. It's a brand new paved road. Why don't they have a speed bump? They put speed bump on the other side, by the way.
Yeah.
Exactly opposite the line of travel the Jeep was making, right?
Exactly.
Coming down the slope, they've got a speed bump there, which is smart. But on the other side, they don't have a speed bump. Yes. I love Happy Bar, by the way. It's one of the oldest, long-standing. It's been around forever, dude. Okay, what else are we talking about? You guys mentioned about DR. What is DRS, by the way?
So let me see. Let me see whether you can get it right, Mo. What does DRS stand for?
Department of Russian Science. Close?
Very so close. It's actually called the Deposit Refund Scheme. Do you know what it's about?
I do, and I like that idea. It's been used all around the world, and it needs it needs common sense. And this is why I keep saying that we do the Merv Britto show to make sure that people know and make people aware of what's going on. It bothers me here on this show because things are being reinvented and people are doing studies and reinventing the wheel. There's so many simple solutions that are being used around the world. There's technology that's being used at this time all around the world. The repository thing is where you buy at a place and you pay a deposit. When you refund it or when you return it, they give you your money back.
Yeah. So,
and if you don't return it and somebody else finds it, they can go and return it. But this has not been properly thought through, Ajoy. If you're going to tell me something, talk about it a little bit more.
Why do you think it's not properly implemented more?
Because all around the world you can recycle product. You've got these poor street sweepers and garbage collectors that go around and collect plastic, and then they turn it in and they weigh it and they give you a certain amount for the plastic. In Western countries in the States, we used to collect aluminium and aluminum, I should say.
Okay.
And you'd return it and you get good money for copper, for aluminum, for all these different things, right?
Right.
Here, if you pay the DRS or the deposit and you don't return it to the place you got it from, you don't get your deposit. And it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So this doesn't apply to just raw material like raw aluminium or whatever else. It applies to regular items, FMCG items that you probably buy from the retail store, which people are very, very worried about because, you buy so many things every day. Do you think you will have the time to go to the source from where you bought it to get your money back. And I'm not talking about, apparently it's going to be quite a sizable amount of money. Say, for example, something costs 10 rupees, it might cost you, with the DRS scheme, you'll actually end up paying 15 to 20 rupees from what little I know. It's a sizable chunk of money which you would like to get, refunded, but it's going to be such a laborious task to do so.
Ajoy,
yeah.
What did I just say 5 minutes ago? It's being used around the world.
Yeah, Merv, but the way that they're trying to implement it here, seems quite different. So
but why, sweetie? Why?
The Goa Women's Forum had a protest on Friday, and I think they were protesting on multiple levels, not only for the fact that you'd be charging between 2 and 10 rupees on top of MRP. It's the fact that also there hasn't been proper consultation around that. So, like you say, Ajoy, it's like actually being able to prove with a QR code or a barcode that this is the actual product that I purchased from here. Now give me my 2 rupee deposit back. There's also that, but then there's also the fact that you're also taking the food out of the mouths of some of these people.
Why? How are you taking food out of the mouth?
The people are actually collecting this recyclable material also.
It's a good idea. It just needs to be better implemented, right?
Absolutely.
Thought through. Can I blow your minds? Can I blow all of your minds? Back in the day, and I'm the oldest one here, back in the day, we did this anyway. I remember my dad paying like 10 rupees or 1 rupee or 10 paise for every bottle of soda or something he bought. And when you went and exchanged them, you'd get that money back. But that was for the mom and pops in the local villages, right?
Yeah, we used to have that. There used to be a local lemonade seller that used to come round on a Thursday, and you'd keep the bottle, you'd give it back, and you get the 10 rupees back. But that was a kind of different thing. You were purchasing a product from somebody that was coming to your home as well.
But they're not. That's the point I'm trying to make. Why don't you think it out, think it through properly, so that anybody who collects and is going to take the trouble to collect garbage and recycle should get that benefit.
But Mo,
yes, sir.
It's not just about soda bottles this time. It's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything. Your wrappers, whatever. Can you imagine how much of a problem that's going to be? I don't think it's
not a problem. You've got to think it through and make it a solution. Don't tell me about I don't want more problems. We've got enough problems.
You want a solution?
You've got to think it through and come up with a proper solution that's going to work. What works everywhere else in the world? Come on, short hair.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm thinking.
Come on, shorty.
And
it
people
works
have
everywhere else in the world.
But people have proper recycling in a lot of places.
Why not? For example, Gutka, one of my biggest pet peeves. You see these poor laborers and these guys that are that are really poor guys that go and buy to the local pawn shop, 5, 10, 100, whatever the case is, and they'll go and tear it off, and they'll do one of these. And then they'll flick the paper.
Yes.
And that little shiny piece of plastic is gone into the wind.
Gone into the oceans, gone everywhere.
There you go. Simple thing. Start there. What are some of the most common pollutants to the environment? You got plastics, plastic bags, you've got bottles, water bottle, plastic recycling, you got beer bottles, you got a lot of stuff, right? Why not just make it easier for every kilo of that you return, you get a certain amount of money, and have central recycling. Everybody go shopping at Mapsa. Have a recycling facility in Mapsa.
Yes.
Or Penjam, or Poveri, or Kalangut, or your local panchayat where you can go, mate, I'm not just a pretty face. It's commonsensical.
Here's another point I could make. You're putting responsibility on the consumer. What about the manufacturer?
It should be both, no? The manufacturer has to put QR codes or has to do something to be able to mate. Collect money for everybody that pollutes your product. You take money from them.
Yes.
Plastic bottles. Do you know in Europe you can't separate a plastic bottle from the lid? Do you know that? It's common sense.
I think there's a law.
You can unscrew a Coke bottle and the red cap stays attached to the bottle.
Yes.
Right? Why? Because you don't want them separated, and the bottle caps go elsewhere. They go along. When you're done with it, you screw it and you put it back in it. You recycle, right? Recycling's nothing new. You've got a huge plant on the industrial estate that Sanjit Rodricks helped create. Was such a fantastic idea. But if you're not going to recycle and separate garbage, they've got a new guy, by the way. I'm going to blow your minds again. There's a new guy in the States who created a fuel from recycling plastic.
Yeah.
It was all over social media, right? So you've got to make things worth something for people to want to recycle and collect money, right?
Yeah.
Bottle caps, bottles, glass, plastic, all these recycled materials that these manufacturers are manufacturing, putting out there, have a recyclable value to them where people will take the money to collect them, take the trouble to collect them to generate money.
But who are they collecting the money from though, Mervyn? If you're buying something from a local retailer.
How has it been done all around the world, Joanne? Why are you asking me?
Yeah, but I'm just saying how this hasn't necessarily been thought through properly.
So if you have a machine, You have a machine like they do everywhere in the world. You plug that machine into something, or it's used solar power using to generate whatever the digitization of that machine, and you put in a kilo of aluminum.
Yeah, but
it weighs it and spits out tokens, or spits out cash, or spits out coins. But that's what you need.
But that's not what they're doing here. You actually have to match it up. The exact
I started this. Love. Again, for the 50th time.
Love.
You've got to think it through. Implement something that's going to work for your local environment, your local Goa diaspora.
Yeah, so this is why people are protesting against it, because it hasn't been thought through properly.
Okay.
It hasn't been on the agenda since 2024. Now all of a sudden from 1st of April, it's supposed to be implemented.
So 2 years, it takes 2 years to figure out a solution to a problem.
I'll take you to a place in the heart of Panjim, right, where you are supposed to segregate your waste, basis dry waste and your wet waste from your kitchen. And I'll prove it to you that they can't even do that.
Do you know your panchayat here in Para gives you, when you pay when you pay your whatever, your fees or whatever, they give you trash cans to recycle. Do you think everybody recycles or separates their garbage? In Panjim, you have it, Ajo. What were your point?
My question is, do you think if it was to hurt those people's pockets, if that would compel them to segregate and probably, at source, segregate at source, do you think it's going to incentivize them to do it?
You can give a dumbass a smartphone, it doesn't make him smart. If you're not going to follow the rules and do what you're supposed to do, you should be recycling at home. You know what? I want to have a teacher on the show. I want to have a teacher. We should get Shantaram's girlfriend, Siley, on the show. She's a teacher. She's an educator at DMC College. This is exactly how you solve these problems. Some really prolific, smart woman out there who's an educator can come here and tell us, if you teach a child from the time they start kindergarten to the time they graduate from 10th grade or 12th grade, how you do the recycling process, how to respect your elders, how to put garbage in its place, you can farm a whole generation of kids from the time they were tots. Teach them how to play sports, teach them how to be respectful, teach them how to work in public office for the betterment of your surroundings and not just to fill your pockets. Put recycling or recycle garbage at home. Separate. You can teach them. Isn't that a good idea, Joanne, to have an educator?
Yes, of course. You're talking about
for Women's Day.
Well,
for Women's Day.
Yeah, there is.
So if you educated people in Panjim, in Porvorim, in Para, right here locally, you've got different colored bins. And you put your dry waste, your plastic waste, your whatever.
But it's not good enough if they're not going to even take it away like that, Mervyn. People just pile it all in together. That's the whole point. It's all well and good trying to segregate these things, but whether it's actually going to be maintain segregation and then it gets up to the recycling
plant.
plant.
Hit them in the pocket.
No, but Ajoy also has got a point there. But the point is, yes, you can do these things, but if it's not actually going to be implemented properly, then it's all wasted effort.
And it's also a question of coming up with an idea and making sure that it's implementable.
Yeah,
if you've not checked all the boxes, not thought of different scenarios, it's not going to work. Not in this country, I can tell you that.
Ajoy, can I say one word to you?
Theriac.
Yes, sir. I love you. Give him a round of applause. I'm going to make it a loud round of applause. There it is, Bubba. There it is. We need to trademark that name, dude.
I don't see that.
Theriac is Joanne, you always shoot down my ideas, my darling. You love me and all, but you always shoot down my ideas. Theriac.
It's like an apothecary. You're really pushing it in.
Apothecary? What do you mean? You mean apothecary? What is apothecary?
No, I'm saying it how William Shakespeare would have said it.
Got her. She's always picking on me. Theriac is a what is Theriac, sweetie pie? Tell me.
It's all about enforcement.
No. She's such a little witch. I was going to wish you for Women's Day.
Oh, okay. Don't bother.
And I'm not. Should we? Let's ask Yusuf. Yusuf, what do you think about Theriac as a acronym? What does it mean?
It's the very well. What is this stuff? What are you saying?
Theriac!
Sir, flood is the Himalaya Parvat, a very rainfall. And this is the China This is the World War.
The World
Dude,
War.
I love this guy. I swear to God, I would pay him money. I'd pay him big money to come on the show. He puts such a smile on my face. He puts me in such a good mood. Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned into the Merv Britto Show, and we are live broadcasting right here from Goa. You don't have to be Indian. You don't even have to be going. You have to be anywhere in the world. Somebody who's actually been to Goa and experienced what a beautiful place this is. We talk about this. We do the show every week because we're so passionate about this place. Ajo, I see you, my friend. We're going to move it right along.
I was going to say there's an amazing story of a jewellery seller on the beach in Osran.
What about her? Jewelry seller.
She's been amazing tourist because she speaks 5 languages.
That's
so
it.
she speaks
Shut up.
Italian and Swedish, and I think it's fantastic. It's phenomenal.
I can't hear, dude. I want to hear her. What'd she say? Start again.
That's awesome.
Why do you speak Swedish?
Oh my God.
And she's the only breadwinner for her family.
Yeah, how cool is that, though? You know, she's dealt with so many people. That's somebody hardworking, enterprising, willing to walk up and down the beach selling her wares.
Yeah.
And in all the interactions with all the different tourists, she's learned, picked up words, and able to speak.
Yeah.
She's smart, dude. We should hire her. We could.
She can teach English.
Yusuf, what do you think about that, Yusuf?
What is this stuff? What are you doing?
She could teach you English, Yusuf.
Sir, flood is the Himalaya province of
I can't. It's going to make me laugh. I can't be laughing on the air. That is amazing that she's you know what, John, can I just tell you, there's many of these vendors, these street sellers in Kandalim. I remember a young boy. He couldn't have been 12, 13 years old. And just by speaking to people, he could pick up accents.
Yeah.
And he would speak Swedish with a Swedish accent and speak English with a Brit accent. And these guys are so hardworking and enterprising. And they do this, and it's amazing. That's a fun story. That's a good story.
It's really nice. It just shows how enterprising people are and how hardworking there are some of these people.
They're willing to work hard.
Working here.
They're not like the snowflakes. And I'm looking at you, Kirsten Ribeiro Sa. We're getting to the end of the show,
You
mate.
wanted to talk about that monkey, didn't you?
Oh, I love the monkey. Can we please talk? That be the last story before we talk about Women's Day and read a couple of comments?
So then what do we want to talk about?
Punch the monkey. I love Punch the Monkey. Can we talk about Punch the Monkey, sweetie?
We can, but we've also got a couple of sporting items to talk about.
Can we talk about Punch first?
Go
All right.
Yeah, talk
Let's
about
go for
Punch.
it.
Yeah.
Please talk about Punch.
Yeah, and then you can move
How
into...
cute is this little fella?
Tell me about him. What's the story behind
Punch the
this?
Monkey's in some zoo in Japan.
Yeah.
He was this thing by his mother. He was given up. I was going to say given up for adoption. He was this thing by the mother. Mom got killed or abandoned, rejected, whatever. And the zoo took him in, and they gave him a little cuddly, furry plush toy. And ever since they gave him this toy, this little bugger, he's so cute, he goes and hangs out with the other monkeys, but he drags his plush toy along with him. Check this dude out, mate.
That's
How
so sweet.
cool is that?
It's a little macaque.
It's a mac. Is it a macaque?
Yeah.
No, y'all keep playing the
months
same
old.
thing. You got to show him where he's dragging it everywhere he goes. Now he's left the toy, Ajo. Y'all are such a bunch of... Yeah, look, watch. Is this him?
And so he's getting a little bit of sympathy here from, I think the other monkeys saw him by himself.
Oh, Punch. No, it's so cute because he drags it even when he goes, you guys are screwing me over, mate. Is this Kirsten? Ribeiro, so I'm going to come and find your house, dude. Watch, yeah? Now watch it. There's a point where he actually takes his little plush furry toy.
Oh, this is so cute.
There it is. Watch this, dude.
Oh.
It's like 3 times the size of him, probably weighs more. Kirsten, you doing this on purpose? Look, they pushed him away and he said, screw you. I'm going to hang out. And look, he's cuddling with this plush toy, dude.
He's so cute, man. You know, by the way, it's gone viral.
Yeah.
You know, as you can see.
He's protecting his little plushie. Look. Play this.
This is
That's it still.
So even when he goes and hangs out with the rest of the monkeys, he grabs his toy, his plush toy, because he's got, like babies love their blankie.
I know.
And it's so cute, dude. It's very cute.
I think the Mumbai police, they've been using it to
For
spread
what?
awareness for a helpline number.
Have they?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. The moment's passed. What is this all about? Tell me. The Mumbai police have done what?
Yeah. So, Joanne, please explain this.
I'm just saying, I know that there's a helpline number and it's essentially saying be wise, report vice. So they're kind of capitalizing on this.
Look at Punch, dude.
monkey.
Is he cute or is he cute? I love monkeys. They're my favorite animals, by the way.
Yeah.
I remind
I'm
me
a
of a monkey.
monkey.
Yeah, you remind me. That's why I married you, love. Listen, it's really cute. I don't understand
Dude, I'm pointing to you. Go down.
Anyway, it doesn't make a
Oh,
difference.
yeah.
Punch
Hear
the
no
monkey.
evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
Yeah,
That's what it's
Punch the
showing.
Monkey is being used as in a drive by the Mumbai police, which is
Yeah.
great. I think it's
Yeah.
really, really lovely. It's really cute. Okay, give me one more topic before we get into comments. Anything else you want to talk about, my dear? I'm still putting it out there for Women's Day next on the 8th of March, what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, so we've got a few ideas to talk about, given what the topic is actually, what the theme of it is for this year. So there's a couple of people in the pipeline. So
We'll talk about them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what else? You want to get into comments right now, Ajo, before we go?
No,
What?
we've also got, there's India's playing, aren't they, in the T20
Who are they
at
playing?
the moment. They're basically, they're,
West Indies.
yeah, West Indies.
Is the match happening right now? Is it on?
It kicked off at 7. It
Kicked off. Kicked off.
They batted,
Soccer fan.
They batted off at 7.
They teed off. Ajo and his
so,
one.
yeah.
Ajo said he had a hole in one. I want to take him out to the golf course. He's never had a hole in one.
You know,
No, because they're trying to get a semi-final place, aren't they?
Is that what it's about? Listen,
In the
I don't follow
T20.
cricket, mate. Just
Yeah.
wanted-
that's right.
Ajo, explain this, mate, because I
This is
don't
the
know.
quarterfinals, and it's do or die, baby. It's a do or die for India or the West Indies. So let's hope India goes all the way here.
Jai Hind.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope they kill it, dude. We're rooting for you. We're going
Yeah.
to make us proud. By the way, did y'all know about that Goan dude that got a gold medal?
Yes, yeah. Denver,
Speaking of, what's his name?
Denver Crasto.
Almost Heaven, West Virginia. Bruges Mountain, Colorado? No, Denver. Denver Crasto.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, my brother. You are a Goan that has won. Why are we talking about?
So he basically got a gold medal for India at the International Kickboxing Tournament in Thailand. Yeah, fantastic.
Too bad we can't get him on the show. I'd love to speak to Denver Crasto. Won a gold medal for the India
Yeah.
at an international kickboxing tournament held in Thailand.
Yep.
He secured the top podium finish with a strong performance, bringing pride to the country. I can't read it so far away.
Yeah.
Good for him. Kudos to him.
Fantastic.
Well done. Congratulations. Can we give him a round of applause?
Please do.
Denver Crasto.
And also, it's actually Holi this week.
Holi on the 3rd or 4th.
Yes, so it just depends where you're going to get the lunar eclipse.
What is the celebration? Holi is a celebration of color, the festival of color.
Yeah.
That's also happening this week.
So it's basically symbolizes the victory of good over evil and the arrival of spring.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Say that again. Holi is the arrival. It's the
The victory of good over evil and symbolizes the arrival of spring.
I didn't know that. I'm 55 years old. Thank you, Joanne. It's on the 3rd. I remember getting so excited as a kid because we couldn't afford to buy all the fancy colors and all. We'd have to make our own colors from the plants.
But that's what it
seeds.
should be, the sustainable
Really?
color.
I promise you, Ajoy, Giselle, my cousins, the D'Souza's from 12th Road, we'd spend the night on their terrace, Uncle Joey's house, and we'd collect these red seeds that you'd pop into water and make the water red.
Yeah.
And we'd fill balloons the night before, and we'd sleep on the terrace. And we couldn't wait for the next morning
Awesome,
to start.
man. I never knew about that.
Oh, dude. Giselle, Ashley, not Giselle, Ashley wasn't there. Giselle, her sister, Jillian, Rowan, Jackie, my sister, and myself would be so excited for Holi.
I'm pretty sure you were the naughtiest boy doing the naughtiest things on Holi.
I was not.
Troubling all the aunties and those young ladies, weren't you?
We couldn't wait to start throwing bubbles from their terrace on people walking by on 12th Road in Chembur. And it was so much fun. I didn't know that was the introduction. That's the first day of spring.
Well, it's introducing spring, the arrival of spring. Yeah.
Wonderful. So that's going to be on the 3rd. What else you want to talk about? Can we do some comments quickly before we go? We spoke about the gold medal winner, Crasto. By the way, I want to know where he's from. Where's Denver Crasto? Which village in Goa? I'd love to know. I'm sure somebody will
Let's
message
get into
it.
some comments and we'll find out exactly where he's.
Okay, Mr. Ribeiro Sa, the one and only.
Big projects.
Put it on full screen, dude.
Thing loud and clear. Not in our backyard.
Ajoy.
Okay.
Let him go through the comments. Let's see how good he does. Well, he's going to be hosting the show one day, I think. Yeah. Put him on. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Okay. So this is with regards to the recent casino issue that we spoke about.
We had a bunch of comments.
Yeah. So Nisha Malkani says, how will you get enough black money if you have just one casino?
There's multiple casinos. There's not black money. I don't know about that. Nisha Malkani, how will you get enough black money if you have one casino? We'll read out the other comments quickly.
Yeah. Just the Crew says, they aren't optimizing anything. It is just a massive destruction of a one beautiful river. Also, as far as gambling, there are many stories of people who have become addicted and even committed suicide because of not being able to pay back loans because of these losses.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that are commenting. You know what? I thank you all. Jess, thank you. Jay Moy. Why do we need it in Go at all? Profits never help Go in any way. Drugs are rampant on such ships, and we all know. Listen, these are comments. These are people that are commenting in. Please stop the destruction of Go, pollution of Goan waters. We agree with all of you guys. These are very, very valid comments that you guys are making. We've asked that same question multiple times. Where are the proceeds? Where are all the taxes and revenue that is generated by these casinos that the government's collecting? Why is it not there any transparency where these funds being used to re-put back into our systems?
And what is the cost versus benefit?
And Ajoy, why do we need another boat? We've got enough boats.
Yes, exactly.
Who are these? Who are Archana Bene? Please stop the destruction of Goa, pollution of Goa waters. Avril Barton, anti-casino, or at least put them on land or away from the rivers. I agree. Paggy 4950, this revenue profit, not state, yeah, country. This profit only ruling politicians. There's a lot of things that I can't. You know what I love? There's a lot of comments to read.
Why is the government bent on ruining Goa, from pilgrimage to construction to removing casinos? But he says it in a very, he's joking about it, I guess.
Stanley 6850, more black money to be converted to white money. Whoa. IR Archie, what if these boats weren't there? The Made project would undoubtedly go ahead.
Are you serious?
Could be.
No ways. Come on. You know what the Madhya project is? It's about, diverting the water for Karnataka and Maharashtra. How is that connected to the
I have no idea, but that's
casinos?
what he said, mate. You guys, we're going to rig Digambar. There is no government casinos, so there are many competitors in casino, and it's only in Mandovi River. The real DJ MK, what did he say?
Shut them all. They attract drunks and idiots. They're polluting the Mandovi and looks hideous.
DJ MK, I've been to the casino. I'm not a drunken idiot. I like to gamble, but I can't afford to lose any money.
They do look hideous, though.
Hey, come on. You can't paint everybody. That's an opinion. Neil Miranda, this looks so gross. Please help us move the shit out. Am ugly. Those casino helps the politicians getting more black money. That's why they have the government authority. That's just my opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, these are all opinions of the people. Where is this on? Which platform? Is this on Insta?
Yeah, this is on our Instagram platform.
The whole idea with us talking about this is because the revenue generated by the government from these casinos should be put back into taking care of the river, taking care of the government agencies and the police that need to protect the river, enough subsidies for petrol, for fuel, to ply their boats to enforce these laws and rules. This is exactly why we talk about this. We'd love to have the transparency to see where these funds are being spent, what was collected, how much was spent on what, and make sure these things are being used for the good, the development, for the betterment of Goa. We spoke about something else. What do you want to talk about next? Kirsten, go on. You're still on live. Talk to me, baby.
Yeah, this is with regards to the protest of the 39A scheme.
Go on, read it out, mate.
So Michael Rodriguez says it happened because people are getting the same government every time. This is what happened.
Yeah, Michael, that's what we talk about every week. There's a reason for us talking about this because it just continues happening and nothing seems to change. We need change. Who else? Arnab say?
He says take 500 rupees and vote and elect corrupt candidates. Till each of the current 40 MLAs die, Goa will not be free. Worst government ever to rule Goa.
These are opinions. These are opinions being put on social media. These are opinions and comments that have been left by viewers, people that are listening to the show. I do appreciate what you guys tune in and comment on. I don't necessarily agree with everything. There are, just like every individual thumbprint, everybody's got an opinion. I was going to say it the crass way, but I won't.
Yes,
just like a fingerprint, everybody's got an opinion, which are all going to be different. So thank you for your comments. I appreciate it. We're going to do some more. On another one, is this the same thing? On Neha Singh. Ajay Papan, your 6 is my 9 and they can do 69. Raphael 7470, I like 69. Mate, we made light of this, but this was really embarrassing and I was ashamed. This is about that professor claiming that robotic dog was done by Galgotia's university, and it wasn't. It was a Chinese. Build Bharat Tech. This is a systematic issue with 80% of the universities and colleges in India. The incident is a tip of the iceberg. We should not target specific people like Neha here. She is a faculty in a business school, AIK acronym, which has hardly anything to do with it. But she made the statement. What else did she say? The management of the university should be made an example of. Guys, she was the one who made the silly statement and got caught. Shalom, tell us. Stop tarnishing the name of India just for views. I know many things that haven't gone right, but many things that have gone right too. Because of people like you, India never progresses. Spread positivity if you want to see a positive world. Shalom, tell us it isn't that easy, love. It isn't something that can be just changed by me talking about only the good things. This lady should be held to a higher level, higher esteem, because she's a professor and you're making a stupid statement and you got caught and you should be ashamed. Shalom, tell us it's not always about only the bad that we talk about. We also talk about a lot of positive things, but we need to make people aware that these silly things are happening. It's not for the views. We're getting the views anyway. Yes, tell me.
Merv, I have an answer to Shalom. I want to show him something.
Shalom's a woman, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
She's got an opinion. We appreciate it. What is this?
Just check this out. This is Chinese robotics, my friend. Check this out. The Kung Fu robots.
Dude,
is that positive enough for you?
I don't want to listen. China's doing a great job. I don't want to boost their ego. I'm talking about, I'd love to talk about this as being a university, a proper university. And look at that, dude. I'd love this to be. Why can't we do this here in India?
We are more than capable of doing this, but we just don't have the vision for it.
These guys got it down pat, dude. Whoever leads this, whoever's got, look, not one of them fell. They're in unison. They're absolutely synchronized, and they don't have to make stupid claims like that lady. It's a shame, Ajoy.
Merv, if you've not made it, don't say that you've done it.
That's all I said, right?
That's it.
I'm not trying to down Neha, the professor. I'm just saying you should be smarter than that as a professor of a university, representing a university on an international stage at an AI summit. Yes, Mr. Rodriguez.
I have a reply for her. She mentioned that don't tarnish the image of India for views. You didn't speak against India. Govt is not India. It's a university. You didn't say anything against the IITs that were in the summit. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm not bad mouthing.
One university is not India. This is like typical thinking,
Yeah, but that's Neil. You're upset. Thank you for standing up. By the way, she's welcome. Shalom, tell us you're welcome to your opinion. You can state your opinion, good, bad, or ugly. We will read it out. If it's not in our favor, we will still read it out. All I said was that she should be held in higher esteem, not to make a silly statement or claim because you're on an international stage. So she said that the robot was made by Galgotia's university, and it's not. It was a Chinese robot, and she got caught. And you should be ashamed. Just call a spade a spade. Admit you made a mistake and move on. Let's read some more comments. What's this about? The poor guy that got killed.
Yeah,
come on, Kirsten.
So JMY says, want to know something crazy? The Jewellery Bridge has had pieces falling down in the past few years, almost hitting a poder. We have also had a section of the Porvory Bridge come down and kill a laborer. It isn't an isolated thing. It's all over this country. Just look at the Birch incident. Everything is gone quietly.
And that's why we talk about this. Thank you, Jay Moy. Shurbi was there's a lot of people that have sent comments, and I really do appreciate it. We ask about it because we want people to get interactive with the show. This is a graphic of how that slab fell on the car and the rickshaw and killed those people. The reason I talked about it that time, Ajoy, was because I drive to Panjim on a regular basis from Para, and we drive underneath this overpass that's still under construction. Yeah. And yes, somebody did get injured. I don't know if they got killed, but there was a laborer that got injured in Sukur when something gave way and it fell down. But we spoke about these injuries and incidents and deaths caused by things that are preventable. This hole should have been cordoned off, blocked off. This poor guy shouldn't have lost his life. That slab should not have fallen. Accidents will happen, but these are preventable things, and that's why we're talking about them. Yeah. You want to read one more topic? Sparky, wakey, hand off Snakey. Read us a topic. What was this about? The journalist that was threatened.
Yeah, the journalist that was threatened.
Come on.
Heidi says, open threat. This is India today.
Yeah.
Carl Ricardo says, get rid of the BJP in Goa, especially Pramod Sawant.
Okay.
Then
Fungi Lama, please rename the ZP member.
No, please name the ZP member.
I don't know who it is. I don't know. You know what? It's not about politics or the party. We have no idea. But this guy, you can Google it, you'll find it. But the fact of the matter remains, this guy's behaving inappropriately, and that's why we called him out.
It's in our video, by the way. So check out our video. It's mentioned there.
All of that.
Okay, come on, dude.
Commodore brand says he speaks in concrete. So कोण वोत कोण तेणी एका लागून त्या खातीर कोवले मरे एका लागून ये जाला त्या खातीर वो असलो म्हूण एका लागून त्या खातीर.
What's that mean? Translate, Kristen.
My Konkani is a little bad, sorry.
Oh my God. Can somebody hire this guy? We want to give him
Wilbert, what does that say?
He's
Willie.
like a drunk person for some reason.
Oh.
I feel like because he's repeating words again and again. Actually.
Okay, never mind. It was a comment. Thank you, Como. What else? Why are you jumping? We're going to something else?
No.
Comments? Any more comments? Carver, we already read these? No, we have not.
This
What
is
else?
the last one. This is about that same 39A protest.
Yeah, but
So Antonio Pereira says billionaire politicians have turned greedy.
this is about when we spoke about how this gentleman was dragged out of the building,
TCP
of the
office.
TCP
Yes.
office.
office.
What else?
And Carl says they need to catch hold of every crooked BJP member and remove them from Goa.
There's okay. Well, guys, here again, there's going to be a lot of opinions, and different peoples have different opinion about these topics that we speak about. We speak about these topics to make people aware of them, not to rabble-rouse or stir the pot. But we love the fact that you're sending us messages, getting involved, because we want to talk about these things and make more people aware of what's going on, good, bad, or ugly. We're not trying to badmouth or pick sides or do any of that. Shalom. We talk about these things, and it's not for the views. It's because of the passion that we feel for this place, where it's going to hell in a handbasket, and nothing seems to be changing. It's been this way for a very long time, and lucky for me, I was privy, and I witnessed as a child, as a younger person, witnessed some really impressive politicians, very impressive people that actually did good for the good of Goa. And that's the point I'm trying to get across to the next generation. Guys, you guys need to stand up, because this is going to be a problem that you inherit. And that's why we do this. Thank you very much. Keep the comments coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to get involved like all of these people, get involved, get in touch, leave us a like, share, comment. If you like what we do and you want to support us, the social media website, the handles are on your screen right now at the Merv Britto Show, Facebook, X, Insta, WhatsApp, YouTube. WhatsApp is a number, 750-7246-246. We're going to take people on the air very soon. You can learn more about us. What is our website, Mrs. Britto?
Our website is www.themervbrittoshow.com.
For all of you that have liked, shared, and subscribed, we really appreciate it. If you'd like to throw us your support and show us some love, leave us a like, tell people about us, subscribe, and comment to the topics we talked about and that we continue to talk about. We've got topics that we try to promote on a weekly basis because we're so passionate about this place and things are going wrong.
Yep.
Why are you looking at me like that?
No, because I'm just dying to tell you about Denver Crasto.
Tell me. Read about him. He's somebody
think-
that makes Goans and Goa proud.
Absolutely. He's really made Goa very, very proud, and obviously, hopefully, wider India proud today with his gold medal. However, also Denver Crasto, if it's the same guy, also has a shop called Pork and More.
This is Denver Crasto. Put him on the screen, dude. This is Denver Crasto.
Yeah.
He's got 1,800 followers. We should follow this guy for me, please. We definitely want to follow him. This is an international stage. In Thailand, he's won a gold medal. He's a good-looking cat, dude.
It's his shop because I've just checked it out. I've sent a link on our
Where is he
WhatsApp
from?
group.
I want to know where he's from.
So his shop is down at Fatorda. So maybe he's from Margao area. So, yeah.
Congratulations, Denver. Well done, dude. I'm so proud of the fact that he's a kickboxer, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't
That's
mess with
some
him.
skills there.
That is awesome. Well done. You make us proud. These are the kind of stories that we love to promote. So if you know Denver, or if Denver's watching, we're proud of you. Leave him a like, a share. Go and check out his store in Fatorda.
Follow his Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wind this down. Anything else you want to mention, Mr. Should we go around the room and talk about Women's Day? We're going to talk about it on the show.
I have a suggestion, and maybe I can put it forth so we can discuss it on the next show.
Talk to me, Big Daddy.
How about our goal for this Women's Day is by next Women's Day we have our first. Actually, we had a chief minister who was a woman, right?
A female chief minister.
Yeah, we did. I think we had a chief minister
In Goa?
Yes, we did.
What was her name? Sashikala Kakodkar.
Yeah.
You can't even say that, can you, Neil? It's a tongue twister.
So let's go for the second one, because it's been a while since we had a woman chief minister again in the state, right?
Would you genuinely like to see that, Ajoy?
If she's qualified, why not? Why not?
That's a very, very, very qualified statement. That's a good statement. You should be in power if you're there for the right reasons. I don't care if you're man, you're woman, you're BJP, Congress, or All I want to know is that you're actually going to use your brain and the what are they? The things around you, the amenities,
you're utilizing
the resources around you and the smart people around you to make this place next level. Lead by example. Be a beacon of light for the rest of the country and make us going. Just like Denver Crasto has made us proud, we'd love a chief minister or anybody that can use these natural resources and protect this beautiful place and make us a beacon for the rest of the state, rest of the country, rest of the world.
And Merv, on the cricket front, West Indies is 102 for 2.
I was just about to say, India are not batting till second.
They're not batting second?
Yeah, they're yet to bat, so West Indies are currently batting.
Okay, anything else you want to talk about before we go? I was going to ask Yusuf a question. Should I ask Yusuf any more questions?
Please, ask Yusuf.
Yusuf is so smart. You can ask him any question and he will answer it. Ajoy, let's test this out. Okay. You ask Yusuf a question and he will answer it. Go.
Okay, Yusuf, when are you getting here, mate? Yusuf, are you there?
You're not an Narendra Modi. What is this? Answer. I know.
Thank you, Yusuf. Thank you so much.
Yusuf, he asked you what time you're getting here.
Man-made disaster or not? No disaster that you like. Rainfall is not.
I can listen to this dude all day, man. I love this guy. I want him on the show. I will pay him. I will fly him out here to get on the show. This is so funny. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the show. Obviously, we've been silly. This show is about doing something to make people aware of what's happening and education with a bit of a laugh. Yes, my dear.
I also wanted to wish my gorgeous cousin Katie happy birthday for this coming Thursday.
Which Katie? Katie and
Katie O'Donnell, nee Gardner. Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah. It's her birthday.
It's her birthday
when?
Thursday. Yes.
Happy birthday, Katie.
Yeah. So I just wanted to just say also look after the women in your life and also remember International Women's Day, which is coming up next week, but also prepare for it in advance. So it's the theme is Give to Gain. So see what you can do to help your community and the females around you that also help the wider community.
That is a topic that's very close to my heart. Women in general. I love women, all women in general. I'm a mama's boy. I've got sisters, I've got nieces, my Priyanka and my Arya. I've got a wife, I've got staff in my office, and I treat them like family. At the end of the day, women are such an important role, play such an important role, but they're such an important part of our lives, and we wouldn't be here without them. I'm not trying to preach to the choir, but at the end of the day, Women's Day should be a very special day. And I wish more men here in India would celebrate Women's Day and feel as strongly as I do about how important women are in general.
Celebrate and respect.
Yeah, very good. Celebrate, respect them. Celebrate and respect them. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been tuned into the show. Willie, you seem a little bit overwhelmed today. You're not feeling well. Anything you want to say about Women's Day that's coming up? Happy
Women's Day to all the women out there. And
in advance. Kirsten. Oh my God, there's the cough. Dude, what's up with you?
I have to clear my throat, sorry.
Speak with your accent, dude. Speak with the Middle Eastern accent.
Yes, I like to wish my mother, though I'm a mama's boy. And
what's your mom's name? Say your name.
Yeah, Oriel Ribeiro Sa.
Yeah, what do you want to wish her?
Huh?
What do you want to wish her?
Yeah, Mama, stay strong. I love you no matter how much we fight. And I'll try to be a better son. Don't worry.
Oh. I love that, dude. I think, you know what? All jokes aside, I think that's so cool. I was that way with my mom. I'd fight with her all the time, but I miss her. She passed away 3 years ago. You better enjoy every bit of time you have with her because once they're gone, it's too late. I love the fact that you said that. That's a proper, true Women's Day. That's a Mother's Day, but that's a Women's Day. Awesome. Kudos to you. Mr. Rodrigues, all the chicks in your life, you got a long list. You and we're going to talk more about it. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been tuning in. Joanne, you can say something about Women's Day. I think you've already said.
Yeah, I've already said. I'm saying it would be nice to prepare in advance. I know we always like to treat the females in the office as well on Women's Day.
Yeah,
just
we'll do
do
that.
something a little bit special just to thank them and commemorate them. But also just, anything we can do to encourage the wider community. And if anybody also has some ideas or want to promote some great things that are happening for Women's Day here in Goa, that would be phenomenal. And even anything that's going on globally as well, we're always happy to just talk about it.
That's what it's about. We want to be able to do our show. We can't do a whole lot more, and we do the show because we want to do our little bit to try and lighten somebody's load, to put a smile on somebody's face. Mm-hmm. We don't take ourselves seriously. We have a good, fun time on the show. We work really hard, and it takes a team. It takes a village to make this happen. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been tuned to the Merv Britto Show. Thank you once again for tuning in and joining us. Like I said, we really appreciate your interaction. If you like what we do, leave us a like, suggest somebody watch the show, introduce us to somebody who probably hasn't seen us, but we appreciate you getting involved, and we will read out your comments. I know we skipped through a lot of the comments. Thank you everyone that left us a comment. If you know somebody who's going through a tough time, take care of it. Reach out. It doesn't hurt. There's plenty of love to go around. We've got a really, really bad thing that's happening right now with the war. There's a lot of unhappy
uncertainty
and disastrous things that are happening all around the world.
A lot of our Goans who are stuck there, Merv.
Of course.
And living in fear. So our heart goes out to you as to everybody else who's living in fear because of the war.
Absolutely.
This is Merv Britto once again. Thank you very much for tuning in. Until next Sunday, have a great week. Take care of one another. Myself, in the little way that I can, I do send our thoughts and prayers out to all those people that are being affected by the war and anything that's not very nice that's happening right now. Stick with it. Help people out. Reach a hand out. Merv Britto. See you next Sunday. Out.